earlier for all the
That's the
jocularity.
best part. All of jokes are right before.
Yeah.
More like ejacularity.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Boy.
Context. So yeah, we're probably online right now.
Oh. Well, hello, everyone.
Well, hello, everyone.
Welcome to the internet.
Hello.
I hope you're enjoying watching
Let me collect
this
myself and stop
instead
making
of
jokes.
the debate.
Fuck that debate.
Big debate tonight.
No debate about it.
No debate about it.
Tweet.
YouTube.com/BMFcast.
Yeah, we don't even need the we just have it already, right?
Twitter.
We do. We could just keep retweeting. Hey, show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I put a.
Hey, we need to talk about how he enters the room.
Well, we should.
That's not me.
You should mute your.
Oh fuck! That's right. I unmuted it. So now we know where it starts.
That was me. I'm
I know.
firing up the thing.
Yeah. Well,
Fire the live stream. Come on.
fire that shit up, brah.
Light this
Yeah.
candle. Woo.
But yeah, I had to unmute it to just do the Howie scream over and over and over.
That's
from
right. I remember.
Dark
Yes.
Forces.
That was a good time.
How you scream?
Just like that.
It's the Howie Long death scream from.
I know. I
yeah.
just how he.
They have named it the Howie scream.
Howie scream.
Apparently,
Yeah.
How you scream?
though it's like
Hey, girl.
Falling Man number 3, something like that from one of the sound libraries.
Falling man.
It's, did you ever play Dark Forces? Mm-hmm. Do you remember when you'd fall off a cliff?
No, I was really
Yeah,
good.
you do.
Here, hold on.
No.
We're already all plugged in.
Yeah, do
Say,
it.
Howie.
Just do
No,
Dark,
Howie scream.
Dark Forces Howie scream.
Oh, okay.
And it goes the clop, 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 clop. It's great.
Oh, okay. Yep.
It's the best scream. It's the best. It's also the sound of TIE fighters.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Just
Howie the time.
and Howie Long dying.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
What is he dying in?
I believe it's Broken Arrow.
Wait, how do they take the sound from Broken Arrow and put it in TIE Fighters from 1977?
Because it's actually from an earlier movie. But that's just the one that people know it most from.
Oh.
Because they pulled it from a sound library.
Oh, I see.
I don't know. That's what's weird. Is it's almost the same sound, but the first time it appears is in a movie in 1980. So
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe the guy screaming in the 1980 movie was imitating a TIE fighter going by. I don't know.
Huh.
But it's the same like cadence and everything. It's weird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
It don't make no sense.
Well, we got a hot crowd.
Well, duh. I'm here.
Nobody.
No crowd about it.
Wait, did nobody hear?
There's 4 watching, according to
Us.
the thing. Oh, shit.
Do we?
Oh, there he is.
Steve, like the bird.
I was gonna say.
Steve can't vote.
Gonna
don't think
watch
he counts
the
us.
podcast. Steve can vote.
Can he? 17. He can't vote.
Oh, I thought he was 18.
Nah.
That's why we're still allowed to scold him.
He's been like 17 for 3 years.
Yeah.
We scold him and mold him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We tell him how
Scold
to,
him and mold him
Yeah.
and teach him some life.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Right.
Lessons and shit.
Dope.
Man, lessons.
Man lessons.
I hate learning.
Please don't teach him man lessons.
Man.
You know how you be a man, Chuck?
Uh-huh.
You
What?
man up.
Oh. You all right? We break you up?
I think I'm okay.
Are you choking? Are you choking?
Hang on, I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh.
If I'm choking or not.
Probably all right.
Your color looks the same, so.
Say a trigger word?
Do you like Imagine
Oh.
Dragons?
Do you like tapes or CDs?
Tapes?
Tapes, nuts.
How do you like the tapes of my nuts is the answer to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you like the tapes
Yeah.
of D's nuts?
Yeah.
And it must always end with D's nuts in some way, shape, or form. I believe is the rule of this.
I don't know. Is it?
No doubt about it.
I just had some sort of like really strange vertigo thing. It felt like I went However, I did not move, I don't think.
Bad dates.
But yeah.
Exactly.
God damn.
If it happens again, I'll worry, but
I am the
That's
monarch
a
of
good
the
idea,
sea.
Sorry. Can't resist an Indiana Jones reference.
That is true.
Who can? Nobody in this room.
You feeling all right now, though?
I think so.
Has it passed?
I think so. It just, yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the whole tunnel vision thing. And then
Well, it wasn't tunnel vision.
Oh,
It
turning
just
off the old tube TV.
no. Luckily, it wasn't that. It just it felt like, it literally felt and kind of looked like, probably because my brain thought my face was moving, but it felt like I went.
oh, the whole
You always
moving without moving.
every episode. You
Yeah.
get further back. You get further forward to the front of the table.
You further forward.
Do I need to change our thing?
Chuck.
Apparently, because
Beyond
Chuck is always like as far away from me as possible.
I'm just sitting.
You're just
I
sitting.
can't help that the fucking logo is fucking huge.
Fucking.
Well, yes. Swear away, Chuck.
Yeah, fucking.
Throw $1 in the swear jar.
I will.
Like now.
The swear jar is my wallet.
Logo's
by the
getting
way.
tinier. Logo's getting tinier. Where's the logo going? It's going away. It's not going to be here again.
Don't do that. Put that back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now Chuck's the logo.
Oh.
Bow.
Bow.
It's all right. You don't have to look at Chuck more from this angle much longer. We'll
Yeah.
switch it to the
Oh, yeah.
four-way here in a second.
Oh
once
yeah,
we
we're
get-
gonna totally forward.
We're just bantering. We're allowing people to arrive. That's what we do in this
making sure
pre-show.
BJ doesn't die.
Yeah.
Right.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. Don't want to start the show and then have him die because that would be really sad. So if you're gonna die, do it now.
Yeah. Please don't interrupt the sanctity of the show.
Yeah.
The actual.
Like because once we start,
Yeah. It's like the on-air light is.
yeah.
Well, it'll at least it'll be good theater if I die.
It will be like slapstick.
yeah.
I'll make sure to do the Fred Sanford. This
Please,
is a big one.
Please do.
Oh, you mean die?
Yes. I'll do the Fred Sanford. This is the big one, Elizabeth, and then I will take a Chris Farley flop onto the table.
Well, it's okay. I mean, Red Fox is dead too. I mean, you don't have to double down on your death.
No, I'm going to double down on my death.
Double deather.
Double death.
No doubt about it.
No.
So, should we get going? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
All right.
Yeah, let's talk about Spaced Invaders.
Oh boy, can we?
Who ordered the quarter
Not
tonner?
really spoilers.
Oh, wait,
There's a
that's in
big
the commercial.
poster
Who ordered the order?
and a
Connor?
thing on the bottom that your head is in the middle of that says what we're doing.
That thing's in the middle of my head. My head is not in the middle of that.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm looking at the thing right here. Your head's right in the middle of the explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your head blew up.
All right, I'm welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey,
Yes.
podcast.
Episode 291.
Yeah, that's a lot of episodes for a podcast on the internet.
It's slightly above average.
That's what I've heard.
So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of the BMFcast
I
is
looked it up.
we go ahead and we come in here after we've watched a quote-unquote bad movie. We talk about it for the first half. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, then we rate them. Good bad movies. Enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Hooray!
All right.
You see,
Robot
that's
jocks.
the positive scale.
Oh,
the
correct.
negative scale, if we don't like them, if they're a bad movie, they get a negative 1 to 5 bags, as in douchebags, after Twilight.
Oh, boo.
Well,
That's a
Twilight is a piece of
shame.
garbage.
Don't like it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
rolling right along in 1990. I'm tired of trying to come up with segues. We did 1990's Spaced Invaders.
Brand new this week on Blu-ray.
More like
Yeah.
Blu-ray.
We watched a Blu-ray.
We
Yes,
sure did.
technically, by the very definition, yes, we
Yeah.
did. It is something on the media that has
A
a Blu-ray
Blu-ray that
logo.
had 2 files on it.
Yeah.
A JPEG that said play disc and an MP4.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, there's
Blu-ray.
probably something for the button and make the
Oh, a
button
little
do something.
highlight.
Yeah,
around
highlight.
play
There's
feature.
a
Oh.
a
Yeah.
highlight map.
Yeah.
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 But yeah.
Plot summary? I mean, it's fucking Space Invaders. I don't know. Okay, here we go.
All right.
It has a plot.
Dim-witted Martians drop into a little Illinois town on the day that the local radio station happens to rebroadcast Orson Welles' 1938 War of the Worlds.
Yep.
Big Bean, Illinois.
Big Bean. Big Bean. Big Bean.
Trish me.
Yeah.
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 That's the thing that happens.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's rate.
Yep.
I don't even know where to go with this one.
Well, the beginning of the movie has the potential to have special effects. Like there are
there is an effect. That is pretty special.
Well, there are giant spaceships
Yeah.
and
Giant space dildo ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
tampon
like giant
dildos.
loofah sponge ships.
Sure.
And like there's a room that actually feels like it might be large, even if it's not, and it probably isn't.
Nah.
But like in the beginning, they're doing all right. Like on this Blu-ray, you can see the strings of the spaceships, but you know what? Practical models. We've said practical over CG any day of the week.
Right.
Especially when you can see the wires. That's the best.
That's
Super
charming.
clear.
It's charming.
Yeah.
It is, actually.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, like, there is potential in the beginning of the movie, but, like, the logo and everything, like, the logo is pretty fucking badass. It's very 80s. Like,
Yeah.
it slams
In
in.
a
It's
good
like,
way.
it's like Space Invaders with a triangle, and then it just, like, explodes out into the audience. And,
Yep.
Like, it's like almost like a 3D effect, but it's not. It's just,
Pretty dope.
yeah. And there's some sort of war going on between these Martians and Arcturians, I think. Whatever.
Arcturians, yeah.
Arcturians, sure. Another place.
Somebody in the Arcturus system.
Sure. Yes, you know, somebody there.
Yeah.
And it's not. I guess it sounds like it's going all right, but you know, bureaucratic leader guys like I'm taking over. Fuck the admiral. I'm taking over, and I have this murder bot that's going to like enforce things. Because one guy's like, "What? If we're losing, I'm pulling my men out," and he's like, "No, you're not," and disintegrates a Martian.
Yeah.
The other one's like, "We'll do it."
Yeah. No problem. Quick, send our guys in.
Quick cut to like not very long after like things have obviously gone horribly wrong because like there's bodies everywhere in this room and one alien pleading with the murder bot to let to pull out because we're about to crash into the sun, that we've got a sound of red alert and abandon ship.
Yeah.
So I guess the alert goes out because like it's implied that the big mothership that we're in, it flies into the sun.
Yeah. It blows up.
And so I guess like the word got out because this one spaceship escapes.
Yeah, they weren't there yet. They weren't at the battle yet.
Is that what, okay.
And they get to like the general location and they start scanning for.
I guess they
No.
were on asteroid patrol.
No, they weren't going towards the battle. They
Yeah.
weren't anywhere near it. They were just patrolling the asteroids.
Because they send out their little robo satellite dish thing to scan for sounds, and that's when they pick up the Orson Welles radio broadcast.
And they're like, oh, well, obviously the invasion force is there on Earth. Let's go.
Yeah.
This will be our moment of triumph. And is there 5 or 6 of them in that
Five.
thing?
Five.
5? Okay.
5 Martians.
And then they crash land, and well, like they crash land, but like it's kind of cut to like we got to establish the humans in this first.
Yeah.
It's like they're flying there while we're getting established with the humans.
Because there's a new sheriff in town
We have a sheriff in town.
and his little kid.
This little kid.
Literally a new sheriff in town.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
never had a sheriff before.
and sheriff is a new thing in town as well.
Yes,
So
exactly.
you
And
never needed no goddamn sheriff before.
he's just hanging out in town, and crazy old man shows up with a shotgun, walking into the bank,
Right.
and he's like, "Hey, no, what are you doing, old man? Get over here!" And
He's like,
the farmers trust. I don't trust them.
bitches.
So basically, they're foreclosing on his farm because no crops and evil bankers. Because the town has just gotten an off ramp from the freeway. So this banker is thinking that it's just going to be a mega metropolis here pretty soon. And that guy's pretty great. Banker guy.
Oh, what was his name? Clembecker.
Clembecker.
Yeah.
Clembecker.
Because he calls him a clam baker or
Yes.
something like that. He's like, it's Clembecker.
Clembecker. Yeah, angry banker guy is pretty good, and gets increasingly better as the movie goes along. But here he's like in Ron Burgundy's suit.
Oh, yeah.
Did he have the mustache before
No.
Okay,
No.
all
No,
right.
that's part of his costume later.
Yeah. Oh, because also, by the way, this is it's an anniversary for the Orson Welles thing
Yes.
because it's Halloween.
It's Halloween.
They did it before, I believe. So yes, there's all that. So like we know where the wackiness is headed.
Yes, we do.
Because we know the Space Invaders are going to crash, and people are going to be like, "Oh, look at you kids, ET."
Yes, exactly.
This plot.
All of that.
Yeah, the daughter is the girl from Jurassic Park,
Yes.
Ariana Richards.
Yeah, she knows Unix.
Yes, and she has a freaking awesome costume.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's an alien, but we don't know that at first. She's just dressed like Mad Max.
Yeah, because she doesn't have the head on, which I guess turns into an alien costume. Because
Yeah.
otherwise she kind of just looks like a wasteland survivor.
Right. She's sitting there eating pizza with her dad in this costume. You're like, what the hell are you wearing?
Looks like she's like wearing like armor that would have been made out of tires or something.
yes.
Mad Max style.
Right. But then she has an alien head.
Right.
Because
Her head is fine. Jesus, Chuck.
no, she's fine. I just meant she has a helmet that's a alien helmet. Because like her uncle or something works in Hollywood and makes special effects.
Sure.
It's who cares?
This movie.
But yeah, they established that they're brand new in town. She doesn't know anybody.
No.
And the mom's dead.
Yes, the mom is dead,
Mom's dead.
and sheriff's going to drop her off at a Halloween party, and she don't want to go because it's a bunch of hayseeds and hillbillies and
She's afraid that her costume is going to stick out because it's like too good.
Yeah.
Or something. She doesn't
Yeah.
say that, but you know.
Well, she's complaining all the other kids are just going to be dressed as pigs and cows and
Yeah,
other stuff.
right.
And she's like,
which
"I-
they are.
awesome looking alien.
I'm going to be the only alien within a billion miles,
Yeah.
and that's when the spaceship crashes.
Womp womp.
Well, it's crashing because the deputies out there like setting up a speed trap and like been sitting there all day without catching anyone. It just keeps going like, I'm going to catch the first speeder.
Yeah.
Well, and he
And
set up a cop's camera in his
Right.
car to send like tapes to his parents. Like, I'm deputy blah blah blah.
real proud of himself.
And he's like, I'm gonna catch the first speeder, and we're on our way to big money. And
Yeah.
just sitting there the whole
And he's
time.
like, oh, we got one. He's going to find out you can't do, it can't do 3,000 miles per hour in a 55. And he's like, what?
yeah. And the thing just buzzes the tower of his car and
melts one side of his car.
Yeah.
Slash burns his face.
Yeah,
Right.
gives half his face a sunburn.
yeah.
Yep, it's Close Encounters things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
Yep.
happened.
Yeah, all these references that kids will love.
Yeah. It's weird.
I mean, yeah, the tone of this, it's kind of like, it kind of feels like half Zone Troopers and almost like half Gremlins or something,
Yeah.
where it's...
And half Theodore Rex.
There's a bit of that.
Well, I just mean like just move their mouths a lot and we'll fill in words later.
There's a lot of obvious jokes. Like just really like super painful obvious jokes that were like made to put in a trailer. Which then we find out wasn't the case at all, but
Yeah.
God, there's just these one-liners that are so terrible from these Martian things. Which we should kind of describe what they look like. Like they're little people in masks and outfits, basically.
But their heads are watermelons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they've got watermelon,
Like watermelon
flesh tones.
veins or
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like they're, they have
Yeah.
naturally occurring watermelon features on their.
yeah.
yeah.
But when they're not talking,
Naturally occurring watermelon features.
I mean, I don't.
that's one hell of a
Welcome to
Observe
the
the
beautiful water. Welcome to the lush water mountains with naturally occurring watermelon features, such as juice sluices.
over here, slip into the ecstasy of seedless waterfall.
Yeah. But they've
Rest
made,
your
they've
melon
made
over here.
Dive into our flesh.
You'll go out of your gourd.
It's a rind-bending experience.
And we're done.
Yeah. Let's
thanks.
get them all out.
Good
Let's
night.
get them
Let's
all
rate
out. Yeah.
But like,
Star, we're in.
you look at these effects, like you look at them when they're not talking, and you're like, all right, this isn't. It's like you can't see the eye holes, and you can't see, zippers or.
To the point, like their eyes are so low on the fictional heads that I'm like the whole time I'm like, how are these people seeing anything they're doing?
And according to the IMDb stuff, they could not.
That's pretty much what I figured because there was
They were
no
basically
way.
told they had to just go.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there is some puppetry in the face as well.
Yes,
A
the
little bit.
eyebrows and stuff are all moving around, but they look good until the things start talking, and when they start talking, it's just someone off camera just clicking every animatronic lever that they've got, and the mouths are just nonsense. It's like puppetry, but nothing matches. So at first you're like, oh, this is pretty. Oh no, it's not. It's so close, but
It's not bad.
no, it's not bad. But it's the mouth movement is what kills it, because it's just like, okay, no, you're not even close. So, but now of course we never knew what the original dialogue was, because as we found out by watching one of the trailers, they just dub in whatever.
Yeah. Like the TV commercial has completely different jokes, which is what I remembered from being young.
You would have been pissed if you went to see this movie based on that
all
commercial.
the jokes that are in that commercial are not in the movie.
No, none.
But yeah, so
They crash.
yeah, they've crashed. And this is where we kind of get to meet all of them. Is right after they crash. They crash into the old man's barn that's been foreclosed on,
Yes.
and
He's all, woe is me.
yeah,
Him and his dog, Jim.
Jim.
Good name
Jim
for a
the
dog,
dog.
Jim.
Jim is an awesome dog.
Jim
Let's
kind
just-
of rules, yeah.
Yeah,
Jim is super stoked to be in
Dog is
every
an awesome
scene.
Well, wait.
Dog, he
Well,
rules.
one of the first times we're introduced to Jim, he lets himself out of the truck.
Yes, he
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing about
Jim's
this
a
movie
smart dog.
is that there are jokes that the movie doesn't bother to focus on.
I think
It just lets them happen, which is great.
Yes.
I think Ariana Richards adopted Jim and then took him onto the set, and that's how the Velociraptors learned how to open doors. It's really all this dog's fault.
Because like when
Goddamn dinosaur wrangler.
Yeah.
because when old man comes back from town and pulls up to his house, he gets out of the truck, and then you hear the door open and close, and this dog runs up after him. You're like, what?
Yeah, he wasn't in the back. Like you see the door
open. So yeah, this dog is awesome and loves every scene that he's in. He's just like, I'm here. What's up?
Yeah, dog actor.
And he hits his marks.
Yep,
He does.
Sure does.
Yeah,
You want me to sit here?
he's a great dog.
Good dog.
But yeah, so they go into he looks out. Well, at first he says, "Oh, I got termites out in my barn.
Right.
They're chewing on my barn."
Could
What are we
today
gonna
get any
do?
worse?
Yeah, and
Yes.
meanwhile, the five of them have crashed. One of which is just straight up Jack Nicholson impersonation. Very poor Jack Nicholson, like worse than Christian Slater's Jack Nicholson impersonation.
This was the same guy that I think went on this to the funeral in Night Visions.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I think this was the same guy that did that performance.
He's just making the rounds.
Yeah, just hey.
This is bad open mic night at the Chuckle
Yeah.
Hut.
Yeah, but
Oh, is that your comedy club?
Chocolate.
Yeah, it was just like, and now Jack Nicholson is here. It's like, oh, Jesus, guy.
Yeah, but to drive the point home, he has sunglasses on all the time. He's wearing a Lakers T-shirt.
Yeah.
And
like a bomber jacket or something.
Yeah.
They're all
yeah, because
themed.
when they first come out, they're wearing like these weird red, like ponchos
Yeah.
with little things hanging off them. They're like, "Oh, this camouflage won't work. It's all green here,
Right.
So we'll fit right in." So they take off these ponchos, and that's when you start seeing what they each look like.
Yeah.
And then one's got like a British accent.
Yeah. And one has a German accent, like really, I guess that's Dr. Ziploc. He's got the ridiculous German accent.
Dr. Ziploc.
The freshness is guaranteed.
And then there's one that's basically Patton, and there's another one, I don't know.
Yeah, there's one that's got like goggles on that he
Yeah.
never really takes off, but
Yeah.
they look like little radar dishes over his eyes, but he's kind of nondescript.
Yeah, it's just it becomes a thing of how do they know these things? How do they know the things they're saying? How do they know these jokes? It becomes that kind of like,
Yeah.
they shouldn't know these things. The movie is not established that they were receiving our TV transmissions or anything. So.
Or our Lakers T-shirts.
Yeah, like what?
How did he get a Lakers T-shirt?
Well, when they don't win the championship, we shoot them out into space.
Oh, I got you. We send him to space
So
refugees.
how did he get a Lakers T-shirt?
Oh, that's right, because they won.
Yeah,
every
like all of
championship.
them.
Yeah,
Ever.
Yeah, I guess
I'm sure
I don't
they've
know.
lost
The
once.
Pistons beat them once.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Oh.
I believe the Pistons did beat them the year prior.
Oh,
Oh, right before this?
Yes.
Oh, so this movie.
Like in 1989.
Oh, very
I
accurate.
believe
We shot
that's what
those shirts
happened.
out into space, and then the
we
Martians were
go.
like, cool. I'm going to be Jack Nicholson. Thank you.
Was I right, BJ?
it all makes sense.
Yeah, you're right.
Whoa! Join
Trivia
us for
night.
Beat him in a
sports
sweet
talk.
4-0.
Yeah.
Damn.
Haha,
Trivia
suck
night.
on that, Lakers.
Yeah. Bring me for trivia night.
Yeah,
I will know NBA trivia.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
about it. But yes, so now that we've determined all losing
makes
team
sense,
shirts, losing team champion shirts go to Mars.
Yes.
Champion shirts.
Yes, they do. And one guy took all of them.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, whatever. They come out.
Yeah, they come out, and Jack Nicholson decides to stay with the ship.
I think he's ordered to.
No,
I think Patton's like, you stay here and fix this thing, you dumb.
Well, maybe because like they also kind of like seem to, God, like trying to decipher what these little fuckers are saying the whole movie.
Yeah.
Is I got
These little fuckers.
like there was
these son of a bitch Martians.
like I was getting some empathic feelings that one was like kind of a coward when it came to actually fighting. Like that's why he was doing
Kinda.
the asteroid duty, which is you know just like
Well, yeah, and he does go back to the ship, and he talks to the corporate bot.
Yeah.
You know that he says, "Listen, I said this was a bad idea. Like I'm going on record about this."
Right.
And the bot's like, "Yes," because the bot later on is basically has Darth Vader's voice.
Yeah.
Or someone, of course, doing a poor Darth Vader
It's
impersonation.
more like a dark helmet voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
more
Yeah.
like Varth Dater.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It's Darth Vader. Hey.
But yeah, so he stays around. The other ones, decide they're going to head out.
They're going to take over the world.
Yep, and they hit
Because they think that the ship that blew up actually is invading Earth because of the War of the Worlds.
And I will say, the scene where they're actually playing War of the Worlds, I kind of like the filmmaking that's going on when they're doing it, because it's basically just that audio from the radio station, because they have the DJ who's like, all right, it's the anniversary, we're going to play this.
He's like, hey there, time to listen to this Orson Welles album,
Yeah.
okay? Gonna spin that right up there.
Yeah, he is very net.
Yeah, shit. We got to talk about the old people that are sitting on the porch.
Exactly.
Oh my god!
Because when this ship crashes, so like there are three old people huddled around an old people radio.
Well, first it's just two guys, like both leaned in, listening one
It's
ear
like
to
an
the radio.
old fucking Victrola.
Yes. Yeah, it's the oldest radio ever.
But they're sitting there like intently listening, and like just for the long enough for us to go like, you think we should buy a TV?
Like, do you remember when this first broadcast?
Hey, you remember when dinosaurs walk around? And then a lady walks out, and she's like, so one of us asking like, do you remember how freaked out you were with that night or whatever?
Yeah.
And she's like, I didn't freak out. She's like, the lady walks out with like iced tea or lemonade or whatever. She's like, yes, you did. You went running down the street with a bucket on your head to find the army folks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, aren't you dead yet?
Ain't you dead yet?
Womp womp. And like that's when the
I
spaceship.
can't wait to be old to say that to
I know.
somebody.
That's gonna be the best.
I'm going to say that to somebody as soon as I feel like I'm legally allowed to as an old person.
I think they send you a card in the mail.
Chuck's old enough.
You can say it to me.
Yeah,
I've crossed that line.
We're going to be doing a podcast
No.
40 years from now.
I'm not going to say it to an old-
dead yet?
I'd have to be as old as you, Chuck, for that to work. Otherwise, it'd just be me.
Oh, okay. So you want
Yes.
contemporary? Well,
Right.
it can't be me then.
Okay.
I'm way ahead of you.
I can see
I
that
got a
being
good 12 years on you.
I can see that being us in 40 years, and
sure.
we're like,
When we're on the hypernet.
Yeah.
DJ's like Nintendo 2978. And I'm like, aren't you dead yet, you son of a bitch?
Well,
your
technically,
mouth.
yes. But
Sorry, I gotta go. An episode of Star Trek's coming on.
But like, so the
I'm
cap
going
of
to suddenly start watching Star Trek when I'm old.
No,
well, I'll be
that's
sure.
me.
Yeah,
I'm
this
the
guy.
old man prospector Star Trek fan.
Are you mining Star
Old
Trek
jokes.
episodes?
Really old jokes. That's the deep cut jokes for
Yeah.
fans.
So they get out of this scene by they're all listening to this thing, and the spaceship crashes, and they just yank the three of them and what they're sitting in out of frame, just like right off the porch.
But like at old people speed, so that they don't get hurt.
Yeah, and then one of them says, "I'll get the bucket."
And they even pay. Actually, even pay that off a little bit with a joke later when they go to the gas station.
Yeah, because
And they're all like, they're all wearing buckets and stuff on their heads. And they're all in one car in the front seat.
whatever.
Anyway, these are the jokes that kind of work, but they're done. Like the old people are done. Unfortunately, after those old people are done after
Yeah. So Jurassic Park girl's at the party, and she meets a duck.
this. Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that sentence just didn't work for a second for me. I had to wrap my brain around that. Yes.
A carnivorous duck.
She's sitting outside because the party sucks. Although I don't think she gave it a fair shot, to be honest. But
to be doubly honest, I'm pretty sure this kid is a duck because he's a fucking terrible actor. Like,
I was thinking they were keeping that mask on him for far too long, but then they take it off and you're like, oh, yeah, you can't speak well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because he does keep
doing
his
it on
duck
purpose?
bill
I think
on.
he is, yeah.
He keeps his duck bill on for, like, all but the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. It's like 3/4 of the movie. But it pays off so well. But yeah, so he just comes out and sits down and is like, hey, I'm a duck.
Yeah, cool costume, blah, blah, blah. I'm a
Yeah.
duck. My mom spent a lot of time. And he's wearing like swimming flippers on his
Yeah.
feet for the yellow swimming flippers.
And like she, briefly relates her life story, and he's like, well, if you ever need a little brother, let me know.
Oh,
I'm like, dude, no, wrong play. You gotta.
They're like 7. Come on.
Still.
not that young, but yes.
But yeah, so we've established that there's a duck.
Yeah. Okay, there's a duck.
It's important.
It's just it's her babbling companion, because like that's the thing about this movie is it's one of those movies where every scene feels the need, except for a choice few where they decide to be cool with the audio, where it's just somebody needs to be babbling the entire time.
Yeah.
It's that Theodore Rex style of just, I don't know, fill it with more sound, because kids get bored really fast.
Yeah, if there's silence, those kids are gonna be like, nope,
Yeah.
this movie sucks. I'm out of here. As kids off.
But yeah, the only time that they really don't do that is when they're playing the War of the Worlds audio, and it's kind of showing everyone settling into their homes and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But that kind of stuff gets abandoned pretty quickly for zaniness.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. Yeah. Although mixed in with all that bullshit are good jokes, because
when they leave the farm and they hit a road and they determine that it's a minefield. So they send out their little helper robot.
Yeah.
Which is it looks like just a bowling ball, like a metal bowling ball that suddenly splits in half, and it's got a little
robot in it.
Yeah, a little robot, little cute robot guy.
Yeah. And
which again is a bunch of puppeteers just flipping knobs.
Yeah. And so like the commander goes out into the street. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is all right. And then all of a sudden, just off camera truck.
Oh.
Boom.
Yeah, and it's like
wipes that thing out.
You know it's coming, but it's still like
Stealth
he's
bus.
like, "See guys, there's nothing here." Whoa.
Yeah. And they're like, "Whoa."
And I swear this truck is on frame for like 4 frames.
Yeah. I didn't even know it was that truck. Like when the truck showed up later and they pay that gag off, I was like, "Oh, it was that." I didn't know. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, he just gets erased, and the other guy's like, "Huh?
I guess you're in charge now."
Yeah.
What do we want to do? Mm-hmm. So yeah, the Martians fuck around and do shit, whatever.
Yeah, the other 3 are left to. That's when they end up joining up with the group. They find the party that
and they end up going trick or treating with them.
That Ariana Richards is at and all that, and then they end up getting in the station wagon with the mom who's
they jump out of the bushes and they're like, "Die, human!" And it's like, "Oh, you're so cute.
Your costumes
Get in the car."
great.
And it's like, "No, I will destroy you." And it's like, "Yeah, I'll destroy you too. Get in the car, you." So they go trick or treating, and so first, bank guy ends up at the gas station. Because they've established this busy gas station of everyone driving through to give exposition to gas station attendant guy. He's dressed as Zorro. And so he's filling up the guy's gas tank. And we never see it, but the guy's like, "What is this mess on the front of your truck?"
Yeah, we see antenna. We see the 2 antenna.
Yeah. And so he does his spit take inside the car. And he's got this lady with him. This meek lady never says anything. You see her peeking out of the door at the bank in the first scene, but she's just in the truck, like he barks at her to clean up his spit take that's all over the front of the car, and then goes out there and the guy's like, "Yeah, look at this mess," and starts trying to like Windex it. He's like, no, that's not gonna work, and goes get a snow shovel and is like, "Here, guy, scrape this off my car." So now there's a flattened alien at this gas station. Who I guess reinflates himself. It's never quite clear what the hell happened.
They seem to be fairly indestructible. Which I guess they'd have to be as stupid as they are. So
yes,
yeah. If you're gonna be stupid, you have to be tough.
Right. Yeah. So like they drive off, and this thing reinflates and goes into the gas station and puts like a shock collar or something on the dude.
Yeah.
And turns him into Terminator Man.
Sure.
Well, he just turns him into a robot.
Sure.
But he gets all like pumped up and muscular and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, because at one point in time he lifts an engine out of a car barehanded.
But he also gets fucking awesome.
Well, he does. He does do that too. Yes.
He gets ocular welding skills.
Yes. Yeah.
High school TV VCR repair, computer programming.
Well, the first, like, when hold on, like, if we're jumping around in the plot, when we're introduced to his eye lasers and his so-called welding skill, he's having a fucking robot laser party inside the garage.
Yeah.
They just cut to it, and he's just like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Well,
what the hell is going on here?
He's like bitching because the bank guy just took off and didn't pay him for the
Right.
gas.
He doesn't like that guy.
And he's like, that guy's a dick.
Yeah.
And so he's building his plans with, like, in Lego for what did he call it? It's like Farmer Bot or something.
Cropatron.
Yeah,
Farmzilla,
Cropatron.
something.
Farmbot,
Something.
Farmazoid.
That Farmazoid. Yeah.
Okay.
He's like he's designing a giant robot to fucking take that guy out.
You know, that beloved WB cartoon.
Yes. Yeah.
Coming up next, Farmazoid.
But that luckily does kind of pay off later. It's not just him like, I'm going to build a robot. But God, he just becomes the best.
Yeah.
He becomes like this. He will just pop into frame from the weirdest angles and is like, haha, you are right.
Yeah.
Bye. And then it just pops out again.
He becomes dramatic robot.
Yeah. Oh, and there's one point where like an alarm goes off, and he's just everything in the movie is conveying this alarm, including the robot who just peeks around a door and just starts going bah bah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything is an alarm at that point.
Yes,
and
every
he's
all
just-
the things.
kind of my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good. This movie is just it's so up and down. It's like, oh, this sucks, and all of a sudden, wham! It hits you with something. It's like that's great.
Well, yeah.
Rescue it from this movie.
It knows a few jokes.
Yeah.
And it knows how to tell those, but it doesn't know how to do the rest of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of back and forth with the old man trying to take pictures of them so that he can be rich, and he sets a trap like
The
Yeah.
Zagnut bar.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out
Exactly.
he's also wearing a World War I trench helmet. Like,
Yes.
that's, I mean, it's just like, hey, this fucker's old.
yeah.
really, really,
get it.
really old.
Well,
And he's
I mean,
like, I'm gonna make $1 billion and take this picture.
I mean, nothing against the actual actor, but he just looked jaundiced throughout. Like
Yeah.
his eyes are like that yellow.
Yeah, well,
Old.
He didn't have much time after this movie.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I mean, he looks old.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's busy trying to take pictures, and there's a point in the car where the dog is taking pictures because they got batteries for the flash,
Right.
And he's like, "Stop wasting all the film."
But he's also enjoying that the dog is taking. He's like,
Yeah.
they're just like, chick. He's like, man, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Click. Oh, you.
Okay.
But yeah, but so there's a bunch of stuff with him trying to take pictures of the alien, and the Jack Nicholson alien's too smart for the trap. He's like,
Right.
"Oh, I get what's going on here."
He's like, oh,
And he just goes back in the
Zagnut.
shit. Yeah, and,
More like Zag, don't.
yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you nailed it.
Yes.
This movie's idea of
But then
jokes.
the kids finally get to a house to trick or treat.
Yeah.
Which is the only instance of trick or treating in the entire Halloween movie.
Yeah.
And they get to the door, and I didn't realize it at first, but it's the guy from the bank,
Yeah. It's Klembecker.
Klembecker. But he's dressed up. He's got like the Hulk Hogan mustache going.
It's a
and something.
terrible Hulk Hogan costume.
Is
Yeah.
that what it's supposed to be?
I believe
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got that mustache,
At the time, it was
probably-
probably just championship wrestler, and it came in
Yeah.
a
Now
bag.
it is championship
Yes,
wrestler.
again.
but he opens the door and
What's,
he's
what was is now again.
yeah.
Yes.
He opens the door and he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
And the kid's like, "Trick or treat," and he goes, "All right."
Well, he's
All
like,
right, I forgot.
he's
Hang
like,
on.
oh, that's what this is.
He
Like,
comes out.
That's even better. Wait,
I know that's what's
the joke.
great.
That's the best joke of the movie,
Yes.
maybe, because
What's
like
that?
he's dressed like this and he doesn't know it's Halloween or trick or treat.
Right. Yeah. He and the girl is dressed like sexy mummy, and they're just hanging out in the house. And he's like, "Oh, right, it's Halloween." It's like,
Oh my God.
And
But
so-
I love that he goes back and he just comes back out and he starts chucking something at each of them. He's like, "One for you, one for you, one for you," and they're like, "These are cigarettes." He's like, "Well, fine, then none of you get them." And he slams them to
He's
her
got
in
a
the
cart and
face.
he's throwing entire packs.
yeah. It's like, kids, those are valuable. Hang on to those. You can trade them for other things.
like protection in prison.
Yeah, when
Because,
you're
like-
all in jail.
Because, like, the duck kid is like, oh, he gave us dead rats last year. My mom got so mad. And
Oh, she'll be super happy that you got cigarettes this year.
cigarettes this year. Well, maybe he didn't because, he shut the door before all the kids got him. God, that guy is just...
Yeah.
Oh, it's Halloween? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess one of the aliens is like short-circuiting somehow because he had like guns that the lady broke.
Never
And
understood
so
what
he's
the
like
fuck is
sitting
happening
in the
there.
seat getting little lightning bolts going on him. And
Is it because she bent his antennas? She grabbed him by the antenna.
She
Yeah.
crossed the
Antennae.
streams of his antennas
Oh,
and that kind of
yeah,
like
but the
short-circuited.
three of them are just in the car, and she's like, "Do I even know you guys?" And of course, little Jurassic Park girl's like, "Oh, they're my cousins," because she wants to keep
surfers.
the little cuddly.
Yeah, she's
robot
cuddling
thing.
the robot in the back who's just
She's
cooing
become
at
friends
her.
with the little
Yeah.
tiny robot.
The robot's like, ah, blah, 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 blah.
It runs a Unix system.
Yes.
But eventually, like they just start insulting the lady and get kicked out
Yeah.
of the.
Well,
of the car.
Jurassic Park girl explains like, they're my dad's nephews from California.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a ticket.
They're surfers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they just get increasingly insulting. And it's like, that's it. Get out. All of you you're stranded here in
Well, I
farm.
believe his joke was they keep telling him like, hands up, Earthlings, you're going to be toast.
Yeah.
And she's like, maybe except for you, lady, you're going to be a whole loaf of bread
Yeah.
toasted.
And she's like, that's it. Get out of my car.
Mm-hmm.
You too, sheriff's daughter. Which really not a good idea. Throw the sheriff's daughter out.
Yeah,
of her
well,
car.
she says, "Oh, I see my dad's truck over there."
Yeah.
So she's like, "All right, well, get out."
Yeah.
And Duck Kid goes with him. And
Duck
yeah,
kid.
so that's going on. Meanwhile, back at the ship,
Uh-huh.
the deputy has finally made his way to the barn to
Give a
serve
ticket.
a ticket
Yeah.
to the aliens.
Yeah.
I mean, God, this whole back and forth cluster is just like, I don't even. Because like he's trying to do that and like keeps like his way out of the scene, and then old guy will show back up and trying to get his picture,
Yeah.
and then like they'll like clash into each other. It's like, I thought you was an alien. You
Well,
know.
Jack Nicholson tricks the deputy into the trap that the old man
Right.
left, and so that knocks out the deputy. But like, is this when they set off the homing beacon for the ship?
Yeah.
Because the ship like skips off, and that's the old man runs out to the barn like, "Yeah, I got you now. Aw, where's the thing?"
Well, also the the deputy gets knocked out.
Yeah, he gets knocked
And then
out by
later
the-
on, and then the robot is like, "You guys have fucked up," you know.
Right? Oh yeah, evil
and
overlord.
it's gonna kill Jack Nicholson. He's like,
Yes.
"Shit, man, it wasn't my fault. I told you this." And it's like, "I don't care."
Yeah.
So he runs out and gets kind of like knocked away, and there's like, you see him laying on the ground, and you see green stuff dripping underneath him,
Oh right,
which, as it turns out later, is just paint.
right.
But is that when that like is that when the ship takes off and there's nobody in it?
Yeah, they've the other three have set off the "Hey ship, come to us" thing, and so it takes off. It skips off.
Yeah. Because its engines are broken. 'cause
Yeah,
he didn't have time.
and that's
to
when the
fix them.
old man and the deputy take. That's my favorite classic novel. Take
Old man and the deputy.
Yes, they take what they think is the dead Jack Nicholson Martian and just throw it in the back of the truck, and they're going to the big Halloween gathering to
Right.
warn
Yeah.
everybody.
The spook luck.
Spook luck,
I guess it's like a potluck, but spookier.
spooky luck.
A spooky potluck.
Yeah, you have to like blindfold yourself and tip your hands in to identify the potluck dishes.
Yeah.
Like this one's brains. No, that's Gladys's meatloaf.
Lasagna. No, you got lasagna.
No, it's guts.
Actually, that you walk down the bar and that actually is a bucket full of guts. I'm sorry.
These are peeled grapes. No, they're eyeballs.
Ew.
They're chicken testicles.
Oh.
These are just deviled eggs.
Yeah. But so the old man and the deputy are like making their way. They're like, nobody's going to believe us. I'm like, no, we got an alien in the back. They'll believe us.
I'll totally believe us.
Yeah. So they get to there, and they're like, and like everybody in town is at this thing,
Yes.
and they all come outside, and he's like, "They're being invaded. Oh, you gotta look." And
Well, he stunt parks. I mean, he like just,
oh yeah, he does a nice fishtail.
yeah. And they're like, What's going on out here? And it's like, Martians, and like, get out of here, old
Yeah,
man.
they're like,
You're
"Oh,
crazy."
you're drunk."
Yeah. He's like, no, I got one in the back.
And of course, it has
It
has woken up and
yeah.
run away.
It's like,
and
hee, and runs off.
he's like, "Look, there's its blood," and they're like, "That's paint, you
Yeah.
asshole."
You're an idiot.
But then what tips them off? Because like they're like suddenly they're like, oh no, aliens exist.
Well,
Does the ship land in front of them?
No,
or
the kid, the duck kid, like sees it run into the.
Oh, that's
alley,
right. Yeah.
and he goes after it. However, the girl has followed the other ones who have gone to like the power plant or whatever, and they send out a broadcast that shows up on the TVs across the street from where everybody is.
right.
And
They're just using a thing because they're at the what they call the missile silos, which are just
grain silos.
Yeah. So they've tapped into
Or as we find out, corn silos.
right. But they're just sending out a signal to they kind of blow up this TV store that's across from the party, and then they send out their signal of like, we're Martians, see, and we're gonna blow you up and stuff, and use our Ghostbusters technology on your silo. Watch, so they just.
But they blow up the exit ramp, and that guy gets so pissed.
Oh yeah, he's just
he doesn't care about anything. He's like furious that they blew up the exit ramp to the city.
Yeah, they're all like the entire cast is now converged at this party, and so they see that, and he's super pissed, and they're just like, everyone get your guns, we're gonna fucking kill these things. But yeah, so the duck kid has found the Jack Nicholson one in the alley, throws a trash can lid at it badly.
Well, no, he throws it pretty well. It knocks him to the ground.
Okay, thanks to movie magic, it does.
Well,
which, as I said, they didn't even bother to insert a pickup shot.
I wonder if those suits were so fragile they didn't even want to risk
just
throwing
split the foam wide open if it hit him. Yeah. So he's knocked that one out.
Yeah, and then sort of makes a deal with it.
Oh, that's the reason the town figures out. Well, yeah, he's like made a deal with it that they're going to go back, and like he said he's a carnivorous duck, so like they're going to like he's kind of got him like held hostage, and he's taking them back to the ship that they've got to take it off. The town realized that there actually are Martians because they take over the TVs in the TV store across the street from where they are, and basically show them blowing up parts of the town, and they realize that. They're trying to laser beam a giant silo full of corn, which of course makes a shitload of popcorn,
right?
But
they cut the broadcast before that happens.
But they realize they recognize the silos and everything. They're like, they're over at the co-op or something like that. Let's get them. And basically get 3 pickup trucks with all the townspeople loaded up on guns.
Yeah, they all have shotguns.
Yeah,
and this just starts. This starts these scenes of just a truck driving through and just everyone just firing off their guns, just blam, 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 just shooting at nothing, just driving through, shooting their guns. It's goofy.
So that's going on.
There is a ton of convoluted Martian bullshit that happens, but basically it just gets to a point where the ship is so broken it's going to explode and rip a hole in the space-time continuum or something, and everything will be destroyed unless they do a thing. I think that just eliminated 20 minutes of bullshit that we don't have to talk about, because thing happens that they have to stop. Ticking clock appears.
Yeah, and eventually they all meet up at the ship.
Yes.
Along with Ariana Richards being on the ship. And isn't Duck Kid on the ship too?
I believe they've all wound up back there.
And the old man is on there too because he's threatening to blow it up.
Yeah.
So that he'll be the only one who has evidence of it or something. I don't know.
But he's going to blow them up, and then he'll...
Eventually everyone converges...
to save his farm.
Yes.
Everyone converges on the ship.
Right.
And the 5 of them, the 5 of the aliens are all together and they're like, well... We can set the thing up that'll just blow up everyone. And, let's do that.
Yeah.
That
DOD.
sounds like a good idea. Yeah, DOD. And the little girl asks the little robot, she's like, what is it?
Yeah.
And the way he's communicating with her is showing videos on his little faceplate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a shitty iPhone for her face.
And he just shows a picture of Earth, and then Earth explodes. And she's like, oh no.
Oh, that's bad.
We can't have that.
But they come out and they're like, all right, we're in the donut of safety. You guys are all fucked.
Right, the DOD.
Yeah, because it's like this ring of metal with blue lights on it.
Yeah.
That they're, and I'll admit, I kind of like the set of like the inside of their ship because it's that whole 80s aesthetic of just put a bunch of blinking lights
Christmas
everywhere.
Lights. There are literally
dials.
Christmas lights strung around, but it looks all right.
Yeah. and that's kind of like that carries over to the donut that they're carrying around themselves. And they're like, all right, well, if you don't let us go, then we're going to have to detonate this. And everyone within 1,000,000 miles is pretty screwed.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, wouldn't you be screwed? And they're like, no, we're in the donut of safety. Come on. And they're like, well, and one guy. one of the guys is like, well, your ship's not in the donut.
Yeah.
And they go, nah.
Yeah. Yeah, look over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before that, there's like this one thing that happens. I don't know what the result of it is, but it's just so stupid. There's this recurring shot of the sheriff in a car driving to. Is it the sheriff and the deputy?
Yeah.
Okay, they're in a truck driving towards whatever's happening.
Yeah, they're just following the pitchfork mob.
And their stereo is just blasting polka music. Like, whenever they cut to them, it's just polka nonsense coming out of their stereo. Well, so the deputies just starts shouting, duck! And the sheriff, like, ducks, and he's like, what? And he's like, no, duck! And slams on the brakes, and it's just the kid in the duck outfit, like, hey, stop! It's just,
Well, yeah, and
it's a terrible joke.
Well, I love that the deputy, too, gets out of the car with the gun on him, and the sheriff's like, dude, it's
He's
a
like,
kid.
what are you?
Yeah, and he's like,
I'm a duck.
I'm a duck, and he's like, you don't have flippers.
He just taken off his flippers.
Where are your web feet?
Yeah.
He just took him off in this long, like, monologue to his mom, like, dear mama, I am sorry I have removed my webbed feet from my from my actual feet.
Mama, I just removed my feet.
Yes, it is a weird
The
little
cop put a gun against my head.
acting moment, but God, it's just duck. No, duck.
Yep. But yeah, so they all get there. And I don't know if they try to detonate something on the DOD or what, but
They pretend to.
Yeah, and it kind of falls, and
Yeah.
then they just run away.
And they try to, and it just breaks.
Yeah, because you
Blech.
put tab A into slot B,
Right.
you dope. And
Yeah.
way to go, Dr. Ziplocker.
Yeah, and all this time, Darth Vader Death Robot has kind of been following them around.
Yeah.
Like trying to track down each of them.
Yes.
And I guess they see him there too, so they just run.
Yeah.
And they end up like in the middle of a cornfield, like with a fire built, and they're just hanging around doing like campfire
yeah.
songs.
Oh, they sing a version of Where the Buffalo Roam.
Home on the range, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
about Mars.
Yeah.
I wish the lyrics were somewhere because
It's-
you need
it's
to read them.
great.
They're so bad.
They're so bad, it's
They're
almost
great.
okay. It's like, all right.
No,
Yeah.
they're so bad they've gone to good and looped back around to bad.
It is honestly-
they're plaid bad.
Yeah.
It feels like they were singing them, like they were improvising them on the spot.
Yeah.
And they just used that.
They're like, I don't know,
nobody
like-
even bothered to like write out what should we how do you think this song should progress? They were just like, no, just maybe that'll rhyme. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're talking about how like
Where
everyone's
the water
short.
is snow.
Yes, where the water is snow and the gravity's low.
I thought the water part was pretty clever. Like
where the water
Yeah,
is
just
snow.
recently determined that there is actually water on Mars and it's ice.
Yeah.
That's progressive.
Well, they would know.
There's,
They're
also a line
Martians.
where they say
of course they would know.
where they say everyone is short like me.
Yeah.
But if everyone's short, then what is your definition of short, Martians?
The time they've spent on Earth, they
Yeah.
realized that there
All
are
these
other.
tall
So
people.
what? So they just made that verse up on the spot?
Well, the
Yes.
robot overlord's tall.
Oh.
That's why they're invading everybody. It's
Napoleon
It's,
complex.
it's global height shaming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's galactic height shaming. Someone in the Chuck has immediately refuted it. Someone in the live stream asked if that qualifies it for a Star Grove.
Nope. No.
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 Okay.
No. Background information not relevant
fair
to
enough.
the
Yeah, they're
plot.
not explaining the plot of the story.
Yeah. No.
Just had
sorry.
to bring it up.
Yes. Good. Fair question. No.
Yeah.
Well, the arbiter of star groviness.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just helping out.
The honorable Chuck.
Thank you.
Yeah. How does their ship even get back to the farm? From being in the middle of the road where everybody met up. with
Jack
them?
Nicholson has hopped it back over there because they are fleeing the
Yeah, there's a hopping scene.
The Pharmatroid 2000.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Basically, the duck kid, the farmer, and the girl from Jurassic Park have teamed up with them to get them back home.
The duck kid,
Man.
the farmer, and the girl from the Jurassic Park.
Wait, I know
Man,
this one.
fucking Narnia got weird, man.
Listen, they all walk into a bar.
Holy shit, dude.
All right, tear open the envelope.
The duck is the only one that doesn't hit his head on the bar.
I can't believe you just made that joke.
Yeah. Good job.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. Great
Karnak.
Carcidi. Or
Yeah.
Karnak. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're
Oh my god.
yeah. So they need a diversion.
Yes.
Which is what's been going on with Rocket Guy.
Rocket guy. Yes.
Rocket guy.
Or Robot Guy, I should say, not Rocket Guy.
I was trying to remember.
Robot
who the hell's
Rocket
Guy.
Robot Guy. Robot Rocket Guy.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Terminator Man.
And he has built the Farmatron 5000. Farmazoid 5000.
Get it right or pay the price.
Yeah. It's this giant, tiny puppet thing.
It's amazing. It is amazing. It looks like somebody just like spot welded a bunch of those little
the sprinkler deals.
I think
Like,
I
yeah,
think they got
sprinklers,
several
but, like-
models together and they just put them
they just
together
like
a
glued the models.
combine.
Yeah, it's just kit bashing.
They combined them.
They
Yes.
combined them. Yeah. It's got like just tires dangling from it.
It's
and-
amazing.
yeah. It's pretty. But so it appears up over this hill and everyone's like, "Oh fuck." You know, they're shooting their guns at it and like, "What's this toy robot thing here?" Everyone's still dressed in their costumes, by the way. So everyone's in a zany costume, just trying to
Running
act
around with
tough.
shotguns.
Yeah, and like the one like leader of the community guy, who's kind of been the voice of everybody, is just like, "Well, that's a big robot," and then just leaves. He's just like out.
He's kind of... He's seen enough shit for one night.
That's the guy
Yeah.
who's been asking the same question every time something shows up. He goes,
Right.
What in the heck is that?"
Right.
Like every time something new shows up, "What in the heck is that?"
Yeah.
And he finally goes, "I don't care what that is."
Right.
And turns around and just walks away.
Walks away, and that's it for him. He's out. He's done. You guys deal with this. I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. So it ends up smashing the truck of Dickhead Guy. And basically everyone just runs by to get to the ship, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
And then by then the sheriff, like the daughter is convinced the sheriff, her dad, that he needs to help. And he's like, all right. And yeah, so that's the diversion that gets them all away and chases everyone off.
Yeah, it appeases the town crowd, and they're like, "We're out."
Yeah.
And so it just leaves the core group here with the dead spaceship, and that's going to blow up in 15 or now 12 or 5
Yeah.
minutes or whatever time.
For whatever reason.
Because they've hatched this plan. Like the old man is like, "Can you get the spaceship back to my farm and get it ass up or something?" You know, it's like, yes, I don't know, because he has changed his theory of dynamiting this thing to blow it up. He's like, "Well, maybe we can just put a bunch of dynamite under it and it'll shoot you up into space, huh?" And they're like, "Yeah, let's do that." So that then becomes the plan. Although they keep hinting that the old man was just like, "I want to fucking blow this thing up."
Yeah.
So that's
man
basically
was out for revenge.
yeah. So they basically prop up the ship and just tunnel a bunch of dynamite under it to launch it into space. And that's kind of when evil Overlord Robot has popped back up again at the last minute, thrown them all out of the ship when they were just getting ready to leave. And it's just like, "Ha ha ha, I will do the job for you and you guys suck." And old man is like, "Oh, I'm glad you're here, and we should celebrate our partnership. And here, let me give you this award of
It's the Tri-Nitrotoluene Award.
right." And the robot's like, "Well, thank you. This is great. Not much to look at though, and it's a stick of dynamite."
Here, let me light it up for you.
Yeah. The robot is just like, "Wow, this is pretty nice."
Ooh, how pretty. How shiny.
Yeah, it's like, "Well, you want me to take a picture of it with
I'd
you?"
like to thank my agent,
Yeah.
of course, my loving wife.
So the old man offers to take a picture. He's like, the robot's like, "Do you think there's going to be enough light?" And the old man's like, "Yep, I think there will be."
That whole sequence.
He's like, "Should I say anything?"
Yep.
Say your prayers.
That sequence is just perfection.
Yeah.
I loved everything about that sequence.
Yeah. So they dispatch that stupid thing, get back in the spaceship, blow up the dynamite. The thing. Well, there's a good 10 seconds of everyone just like, "Where'd spaceship go?" And then Duck Kid's like, "There it is," and it's
Launched
flying up
into
there.
space.
Yeah.
But they're too heavy.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of something so that they can escape the atmosphere.
Yes.
The constellation Urine.
Yeah. They dump the toilet.
Shitter's full, Clark.
Yep. So they just release their bowels.
That sweet, sweet
Which
honey
is-
wagon in the sky.
Yeah.
And it's so as they take
Just
off,
learned about honey wagon, and now you good
I
job.
know. I just
Good job.
whoo, head first
So-
into that joke.
they go off warp speed into the sky, and just this green spray starts falling, and they're all like, "Huh?
God blesses everyone.
Well,
no.
that's neat." And then it's like
Yeah.
the next day,
And then
Yeah.
the next morning, the guys come in to take possession of the farm.
yeah, because
Oh, but first, like, after they've launched and everyone's like, "Hooray, we won!" Except for you, old guy. He's just like, "Hey, I guess I'll go sleep it off and lose my farm tomorrow."
Yeah.
Hope,
If you see
hope
my
someone
dog-
sees my dog.
Yeah, if you see
If
my
you see
dog.
my dog, tell him we're moving tomorrow. Sad old man.
Yeah. That next morning, it's like the sheriff showing up, the Clem Becker is showing up, Claim Baker.
clam baker.
Yeah.
Klembecker.
Yeah. Is showing up to take the farm. He's like, "Well, this ain't right, but it's legal, so I'm sorry. Here's the paperwork." He's like, "Oh, you want the keys to this place? Hey, here, go get them."
You ain't gonna be a
throws him over the house,
Yeah.
and then like he's
Sheriff
like,
also brings his dog back, and
Yeah,
the
he
dog's
does.
like super stoked to be in the movie.
Of course
again.
he is. He's
Dog's
like,
just like, "Fuck yeah!
That
What do you
dog
want me to do?
rules.
Sit here? Okay."
"Yeah, I can sit. Give me treats."
Yeah.
But he's like, "You want to hear something funny? Here it comes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah!" And Clem Baker's got around back, and of course, Martian. I don't know.
Shit.
Martian, whatever. Yes,
Poop.
fertilizer.
Yep.
Has turned Green or Big Bean, Illinois, into a
Bean.
Big Bean farm because
Yep.
he's got giant.
Oh,
Beans.
big bean.
Big
Okay.
bean.
Yeah,
Big bean.
Yeah.
Big bean.
Giant beans that will kill anyone that eats them.
probably yes, or
Because
at
they
least
have
turn
Martian
them
poop bacteria.
ridiculously stupid.
Yeah. But he's got a whole field of them,
Yep.
so therefore the farm is saved.
Because he has a crop to trade.
Yes.
And that's the story of America, ladies and gentlemen.
It is. The end.
Hope you enjoyed
Story
your
of
giant
America
beans.
is one day aliens will save us with giant beans made
And
from their
that's why
shit.
you shouldn't eat beans.
Yes.
Don't eat tiny beans. They're
That's
made from
why.
regular shit. Eat big beans. They're made from Martian shit.
Yeah.
1 star we're in.
That's the movie, essentially, yeah.
It kind of is, yeah.
Yeah,
Saves the
that's
farm
because that's
because
when the
of Martian.
credits start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He saved the farm because of all that Martian shit.
Yeah.
And we rate
GMOs
this,
saved
and we
him.
rate this movie because of all that Martian shit.
Yes, we do.
So, Chuck, is there a Stargrove?
Yeah, there's a song over the closing
it's like-
credits.
There is, but I'm sad to
The-
report it does not qualify.
The
for-
song is comprised of. It is a sort of rap-ish song.
a little bit
comprised
We
of
have had a lot
sound
of
clips from
rap-ish
the
songs.
Yeah,
rapish.
rapish, rakish, rapish
Yeah.
song.
It has some sound clips from the movie,
Sound clips from
but
the
it's
movie,
mostly
but-
generic and
yeah.
does not qualify. I'm sorry.
It does not tell the tale of Big Bean, Illinois.
No,
Does not.
No,
Does not.
Sorry.
Invasions.
none of those.
Oh.
So,
But I guess proper actual ratings. Somebody go. I don't even know.
I'm gonna go.
Please.
All
How many jocks are you going to give this one?
Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm gonna give it 2 jocks. I was at 2.5, but we can't do that because
Why don't you go up to 3?
no rounding. It doesn't work that way.
But you could just arbitrarily go up to 3.
Like I was saying earlier, there are things in this movie that are really funny. It's almost like there's a hidden layer underneath the main script of just stuff they snuck in and hoping no one would notice. Because like the top level layer of jokes and content is kind of garbage. Like everything, 98% of what's involving the Martians is terrible. But the townspeople are hilarious. And the little robot is hilarious. And the dog is fantastic. And there's like every third moment in this movie is something decent. And a couple of them are really great. I wanted to like it a lot more, but it's so dumb in spots. It's like painful dumb. So I'm only going to give it 2 jocks. But I think I wouldn't say get the Blu-ray because the Blu-ray is garbage. But
Additionally, the Blu-ray, like, it had some hiccups.
it had some fits and starts. It
Yeah.
would like hitch up and then it have to catch up to the. It's a bad. Don't do
Was
that.
it on the Xbox?
Yeah.
Because I've had that issue.
Oh.
with
It could have been the
other-
Xbox. It could have been the weak ass Blu-ray.
Right,
yeah.
That was
Poor
probably
encoding.
barely a Blu-ray. So, yeah, I'm gonna give it
knows?
2 jocks. Go on, everyone,
I'll go.
mock me now.
I'll go. No, I'm actually. because of the every third moment being good, I will give it 3 jocks.
Synergy.
Man.
What?
I actually
here?
I actually like really enjoyed this. So it almost works to where the like the stuff that doesn't work is almost a setup for the jokes that do work, because it dulls you a little bit to, you're like, okay, well there's another tropey shitty joke that I've seen a million times in a movie, and then bang,
Yeah.
good joke that actually works. Or it's like the good jokes are for the adults, and all the rest of the crap is for just to keep the kids entertained. But that it doesn't make sense that you would make a movie like that necessarily. But so much of the stuff works when it's not trying to be that, that kinetic kids movie.
Yeah.
And the fact that so much of that stuff works is why I like it so much. Like I want to. This is probably a really good Halloween party movie.
Yeah.
It's a good leading up to Halloween movie. I'm probably going to make some people watch this because it's fun, and there are actually funny moments, and I can see I can actually see a lot of people that I know that like goofy movies like this really enjoying it and kind of latching onto it. Yeah. So I'm going to expose my friends to this movie.
Okay. Good.
So 3 jocks. I thought it was good.
All right.
Huh. How many bags are you going to give it, you shitbird?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I am going to be a shitbird. Okay, so there are parts of this movie that make me want to go really low, 4 bags area, because I really one of my biggest pet peeves is just get a thing, wiggle its mouth, and then just fill in words, just bullshit words. That just annoys the piss out of me. Mm-hmm. That's why Theodore Rex was insufferable. That's why the fucking Garbage Pail Kid movie was insufferable. That's why
that's not why the Garbage Pail Kids movie was insufferable.
But I'm saying that notion of just fill every second with wacky noises and voices and all over top of each other. I know that's 291 episodes of us, but don't
equate us with the Garbage Pail Kids, you shithead.
Well, we did the Garbage Pail Kids, so I have to. By very nature.
No.
Yeah.
We have to claim that movie. I'm sorry.
Disavow. Hashtag disavow.
But I'm not going to go that low, because I'm trying to look at this solely on the scale of would I watch again or would I not watch again, and how much would I want to watch or not watch it again. That's basically where I'm coming to this now with this system that we've had for forever. It's where I'm looking at it now, and my gut reaction is I don't want to watch this movie again, but I don't think I'm finding it as offensive as from when we first started talking about it. So
that's good.
I'm gonna go 2 bags, and that's because I'm just slightly above it would take a little bit of prodding to get me to watch this again, more than a 1 bag would. But 1 bag, I'd be all right, if you really want to see it, I'll watch it. I don't think someone's going to suddenly come to me and say hey, you want to watch Space Invaders? Probably not going to happen.
I mean,
Chuck did, but that's a whole different scenario. But yeah, so I think I'm going to land at 2 bags, because it's you could talk me into it again, because I remember I would probably, given enough time, forget the stuff that annoyed me and just start remembering the funny gags. Mm-hmm. But there's a whole lot of movie around it that this movie could have a really good supercut of good stuff.
Yeah, it could.
But yeah, 2 bags. Sorry.
You should be sorry. You are sorry.
Yeah, see, I kind of figured you all were going to be more like Harlow.
Really?
I mean, it was when we were watching this, it was really quiet through a lot of parts. Nobody even making jokes. You can look over, see people looking at their phones.
It was painful. There were painful moments where it was just oh dear God.
Mm-hmm. But I'm going to echo the 2 jocks.
Two jocks.
I like the whole I like that aesthetic that this has, where it's that cheap 80s sci-fi type thing, which this has in spades, and just a town full of weird characters. And that's it's one of those weird movies where I couldn't tell you anybody's name, a single character name in the movie, but I could describe a whole bunch of characters in the movie. which is always a weird thing, a weird disconnect. But it's goofy enough, and I just enjoy that aesthetic enough that I can go 2 jocks. But I can't really go much higher because there is a lot of dead time in this, and it's all over the place. Like, once the plot starts going, there's things happening in about 4 different places at the same time, and it doesn't necessarily do very well going between all of them. So there's that, but there's a lot of dumb stuff, and I still like the jokes from the commercial that are not in the movie at all.
Right.
So go figure.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell people that unholy fucking trilogy there.
I thought because it's Mill Creek, of course, this movie's probably going to be on DVD with a bunch of other bullshit movies, and I thought, well, maybe that'll be cheap enough. You pick that up, that'll be okay. But it's on a disc with Holy Man and Kazam. So, fuck that thing.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I was thinking maybe if it's in like a Walmart dump bin or something, you could grab it, but I don't know. That collection right there is asking a lot. So, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that girl's costume from this movie is awesome. I would wear that costume like every year.
We did not.
A little bit small for you.
Hold on.
It fit me.
Before we go, we did not mention the best thing about this movie, which is the communicator prop that these things use.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
So
You mean the worst thing? That is the dumbest.
No.
That is the dumbest prop.
It's hilarious.
It's like a Ghostbusters PKE meter, but like it's got 2 antennae on it, but they're not actual antenna. They're just party horns.
Yep.
That just blow out at random intervals whenever you're
I don't know how that
into it.
worked, but it was fucking
I'm
genius.
sure there was a air hose pipe there.
Yep.
There was probably just somebody behind whoever had it just going. Because I seriously doubt they like actually built anything that actually like pumped air. It was just somebody blowing.
You could have had like one of those rubber buttons on it that had just enough air in it to blow those things. That doesn't take much.
I don't know, 2 of them.
But it is the dumbest, best prop I've seen in a movie in a long time.
It's really good.
It's so ridiculous.
It's so stupid because every time it's being used as something super serious, but it's just these 2 party horns.
But it doesn't make the
party
sound.
horn
No,
noise.
It never makes the sound.
No, it's just the paper thing unrolls and then goes back in.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, and see, I enjoy that cheap sci-fi aesthetic.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I recognize what that is, but you guys have tacked enough shit onto it to make it look different enough that I'll go with it.
Yeah. They're not just using a party horn as like a prop. They've built something.
They've tacked a party horn onto another prop.
Yes, and that's good.
Yep.
yeah.
Harlow's not convinced.
Oh well, you'll come around.
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of coming around, how about we take a break and we'll come back around
Okay.
to the second half?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, we'll come back in 2 and 2.
Yeah. Did I say break?
2 and
Oh
2.
yeah.
2 and 2.
Yeah.
No break about it.
What, like traffic on the hour?
No, who used to say that?
I don't know.
That was like a Love Connection thing or
Say which?
something. They would come
Are
back.
we back in 2 and 2?
Yeah. What?
I did too.
No!
It's probably. Let's see.
not.
I got spam last night and I was super pissed.
Wait, what is the...
New preview dashboard.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that what you got?
Yep.
I got one of those.
You
Launch
two got
app
it.
on your Xbox One to launch the preview dashboard.
Yeah, I got it.
You shut up.
See announcements for more information.
got a preview.
I didn't get it.
Oh, really? He's going and doing it now? He really? He's doing it now?
shit during the live stream, nerd.
Yeah. That's just silly. It's silly. He's doing silly things. He's being a silly person. Or whatever. So, you guys, we've got a bunch of stuff from Tim, but I think we're going to keep it to one thing. Just so you know. Because, like, he had to leave 2 separate voicemails because it cuts you off after 3 minutes. And then he left another one with a new story, and then he left another one, and we have other emails. So we're just gonna save them for a rainy day. Let's put it that way, because they're kind of evergreen, as they say in the business. They're not date sensitive, they're not time sensitive, so we can run them whenever, which is what we're gonna do. But yes, there will be a Tim voicemail in here, but we have multiple ones from him. I don't know if he was just giving us content, saying, "Hey, hang on to this," or what. And apparently one of our tweets has been favorited by Urban Sloth. Go figure. Thanks, Urban Sloth. So they must be like really into this Xbox preview thing. I don't know what's going on. So how'd it look? Is he allowed to download it now? Like,
He's got the invite. You got to opt into it. I don't know how soon it shows up.
okay. What?
Alexa, tell Xbox to.
This is why we can't have nice things.
You're why we can't have nice things.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Am I the one that ruins voice recognition?
Yes.
Why did you ruin voice recognition?
You're all 12.
Hey, you're the one with all these fucking talking robots.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do?
90%
Not
of the
talk to
things
them?
in your house are voice activated.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the one who lives in the future. Don't expect us to...
Rain on your parade.
Yeah. We're going to borrow your jetpack. That's just how it works.
Right.
Man, I
Totally.
can't believe you guys got it and I didn't.
Sorry, Chuck. You use your Xbox too much.
I guess so.
There's your problem right there.
I'm only like the goddamn Xbox One ambassador. I'm always like, guys, it's not that bad. it's an okay thing.
You were the one who was like, no, Xbox One. People should use it.
Yeah, they
And-
totally should.
Yeah, and
But,
everyone was like, no, fuck that.
yeah.
PS4.
I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's on
Yeah.
fire. Fuck the thing.
And then games kept coming out for Xbox and PS4. They're like, well, we're, Rocket Leaguing.
Are you doing it again?
Rocket League is awesome.
Are you 2-2ing?
Yeah.
Are you...
It happened again. I don't know why.
Hello, hello. You're at a place called Vertigo.
Trace. Catorce.
3:14.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what he does, that dumbass.
What?
Yeah, when he counts it off in the beginning of the song.
Hello.
He goes, uno, dos, tres, catorce. And all the
Who is
Spanish...
this?
The fucking U2 song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, and all the Spanish people go, you're an asshole.
Yep.
Every time I clap my hands, a child in Africa dies. Quit clapping your hands, you asshole. That's the best U2 joke.
This is pretty good.
I think
You all right?
Things.
Yeah,
and
I'm
stuff.
Better now?
I'm concerned, but I'm alive. Like, I don't feel weird. It just...
You should clean out your ears.
Yeah, I do that
Okay.
regularly.
Well, you just take the Q-tip until it goes swish. Just keep pushing.
And I get a really long one and I push it through.
Oh, that's good.
You just do it until it hurts.
Go till it whistles.
Whistle tip go woo woo.
That's only in the morning.
Supposed to be up cooking breakfast.
So,
It's like an alarm clock.
what do you guys have for the second half?
One movie.
I have one movie. Real short. Real
I
short.
neglected to watch anything.
Okay.
Okay. Got anything there, BJ?
No, not since last week.
Okay.
Cool. That's how it works.
Yeah, because we got plenty of... Let's like... Tim...
Oh, no. Fuck. I do have a movie. My bad. New movie.
The
Dumb.
movie Tim was in?
Overruled.
Yes, movie that Tim was in.
But no, he he had that epic
Right.
two-part...
Yeah, no, I didn't edit them
we're not...
together.
No, and we're
I don't
not...
know how-
We're saving that for a rainy day.
Okay.
And then he sent a second one after that, if you remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, he basically had 6 minutes worth of one story. He had 3 minutes worth of another story.
Oh.
And then he had a question later on, which I believe is the one on Thursday. Yeah.
Oh, I should be looking at the voicemail is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yes. That's...
Yeah. Why don't you do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Why don't you take a look at
Well,
that?
I missed that whole part of it.
Oh. Are you also blacking out? Did they poison your food?
No, I've got something stuck in my thing. Like a hair stuck in my microphone.
It's either my
Got
eye
something-
or the microphone.
Yeah.
I don't know which one.
Got something stuck in my
Well,
thing.
like, I almost poked myself in the
go to
eye
the
with the hair.
urologist.
And, like,
Well, don't do that.
yeah.
You have hair stuck in your thing and you're poking
Yeah,
yourself in the eye with it?
pretty much,
You're
yeah.
a blessed man.
That's how you go blind. Yeah.
No, we can't do that.
All right, what am I doing here? 9:15 for the one from Arizona.
No, the one.
Oh no, I told someone where someone's from.
September 10th,
The whole state.
12:45 p.m.
Uh-huh.
That one.
Okay, so that's a singular Tim voicemail that we can
that
do.
That one that says, "Hello, my name is Tim. I'm calling from upstate New York."
Uh-huh. Yes.
I'm
yes.
kind of feel like maybe you listening to pass up a service.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Maybe if you talked about nice element before.
Yeah. And then we'll do the newest one that came yesterday.
I feel like this question is, the river did go ahead and delete this email.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That sounds great.
So we'll stick with those.
All right.
And then we might read one from Kyle that will embarrass him.
Okay.
Hi, Kyle.
No, I'm not going to do
Kyle.
Kyle. All right.
All right.
Are you guys ready?
Totally ready.
You ready to
Now that I realize, my brain is functioning again, I realized I watched the movie.
Fantastic.
I know, isn't it great?
How recent is your movie?
It came out this year, I think.
Well, why don't you start?
I'm going to find out as soon as I Google it.
And you're about to find out.
It did. It came out this year.
Okay.
All right.
That sounds fantastic.
It is a 2015 movie.
All right.
Sweet. You should talk about that. That's brand new.
I will.
How about you, Chuck? When's yours?
Older.
Okay.
Like you.
Why aren't you dead yet?
Ain't you dead yet? All right, let's do this.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back.
Hey.
BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Second half number 2.
We have some movies and
Dose
listener
apps.
correspondence stuff. Let's get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a second half.
Let's get it on.
So I watched a movie. I watched a movie from 2015 called The Duff.
Oh.
The Duff.
Hillary Duff and
No.
Haley
No.
Duff.
No, it's not about that.
Oh.
This is the one with
Is it
Mae
about
Whitman.
beer?
Yeah, Mae
Aw,
Whitman.
yeah.
It's the designated ugly fat friend is what the Duff stands for. It is an acronym.
Huh.
It's a
Like Scuba.
yeah, like scuba. Yes, like scuba.
Scuba Gooding Jr.
He was in that movie.
Yeah.
He was. Yes, he was. That's why it's named Scuba.
Acronyms. Like DARPA.
Right.
The DARPA chief.
Right. So this movie,
Is Mae Whitman the Dove?
she is.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
terrible.
Yeah,
She's
it's-
adorable.
Yeah. It's just like Rachel Lee Cook. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Put
that
glasses
girl
on her.
can't get a
Gross. Ew.
That
Overalls
girl's
and
re-
glasses.
Well, look,
just
I mean,
repulsive.
They
My God. Oh,
They-
take the glasses off and she's hot.
they
How did it
rectify
happen?
and justify this, and then even go to the point of saying like, look, the Duff is the expression is just an expression. Like it doesn't mean you're any of those things. It's just by comparison, the friends she hangs out with are like the super uber popular hot chicks, and she's awkward and antisocial and dresses like not like them.
Okay.
So that, I mean, it's like, the person that explains this theory to her, of which she doesn't realize who she is or her place in her societal circle, it says, like, look, it's just an expression. Don't get mad at me. I'm just saying you're that for them. You're the approachable one that people go to ask if they're seeing anyone or what they're doing, all this stuff. Anyway, all that stands to serve. I would immediately put this movie right on par with like the movies that are way better than you think they would be. Like this, I mean, this just immediately like joins the pantheon of Mean Girls and Easy A and things like that, and like just those kind of movies where it's like, oh fuck, this is actually really good, and you might have easily dismissed them. So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, this very much earns that spot.
So
I mean,
it's a
just to me,
good high school
It is a
movie.
very, very good high school movie.
Okay.
Oh, good.
It's it's comedy, but it also kind of deals with like an issue, if you will. Like, I mean, but not too deeply that it's like, oh, this is preachy bullshit. And it references like fast. I mean, the opening lines are basically like referencing Fast Times. I mean, it just kind of joins that. To me, it immediately joins that pantheon of like good high school movies.
Gotcha.
So it was quite enjoyable.
I will check that out.
All right.
I like movies like that.
Yeah.
I watched a movie I did not like,
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
but
Wait. In addition to all the ones you did not like for your 31 and 31 series, now running on youtube.com/watercooler.
yes, in addition to those,
Okay.
some of those have been pretty good. This
Yeah.
movie I watched was a comedy,
Okay.
so it professed to be. But I went against Doctor's orders and watched it because Dr. Harlow over here talked about it a while back and said, don't watch this. And I was like, yeah, well, you're not the boss of me. I'm going to watch it. I watched Dumb and Dumber 2.
Oh.
Because I had to know. I had to know what that movie was like. I had to know if that movie was like they wrote the script the next year after the first one and it just sat somewhere for 20 years and they didn't bother to update it at all. Because that's exactly what this movie is. It is the comedy in it is so out of date. It's staggering. It's unbelievable how completely out of time this movie is.
Yeah.
And expecting old men to behave like this is odd. You know, like Jim Carrey, I no longer give a fuck about Jim Carrey anymore. I don't know what his deal is. He's a fucking weirdo. His movie roles are strange choices at this point, so whatever that guy wants to do, whatever. Watching Jeff Daniels do this while he was doing The Newsroom is kind of hilarious in its own little way. Like, just sort of like, he's gotten even more acclaimed since the first Dumb and Dumber, and now he's coming back to it. That's got to be strange. But man, are the jokes bad. Just, it is a barrage of bad jokes. It is like you were just staring at the screen, like not making any kind of reaction at all. Like I said, I probably said this on Twitter, there's about 10 jokes in that movie that made me laugh, and there's one recurring joke that's really funny. Like the third time they come back to it, I'm like, okay, fuck, that joke wins this movie. The problem is that there's like 500 jokes in the movie. Yeah. So when only 10 of them hit, you're like, eh.
So they're just throwing darts.
Yeah. It's whatever sticks, and nothing sticks. So, yeah,
Yep.
And man, it has one of the most nonsensical cameos in the history of the world.
I've blanked out like nearly everything about that movie on purpose, I think.
I can't ruin it because you never know it's this person. There's a character in their house, like Jeff Daniels has taken on a roommate because Jim Carrey's decided to pretend he was catatonic for 20 years as a joke. So he's brought in this guy who's making meth in his apartment, and the only time you ever see him, he's in the full like Breaking Bad suit. You never see him.
Oh, I heard about this.
It's Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Like, I got to the closing credits, I'm like, when the fuck was Bill Murray in this?
And so you never actually see that it's Bill Murray.
You never.
He's just there.
That
is the most Bill Murray thing
it
you
is.
can ever actually
but
do.
It's so stupid because I'm like, wait, did I miss a scene? Is there like something after the credits? Do I have to keep watching this garbage? And I was like, what on earth?
So does he even speak?
No, nothing. You never see his face. You never hear him. He is just in the background of a scene making meth. And in a way, that's funny. It is kind of, like you said, BJ, the most Bill Murray thing. But
it's probably the funniest thing about that movie.
In retrospect, it kind of is, yeah.
Bill Murray turns shitty movie into genius.
And it was funny to me that I had to sit there and think why the fuck he would do it, and then I had to realize, oh yeah, he was in Kingpin. Like, that's how long it's been since this stuff has been relevant.
Yeah.
I'm like, what tie does he have to... Oh, right, Kingpin. And then I was like, Kingpin was funny. Why isn't this funny? But, yeah.
Yeah. And the Farrellys, man, like, the new Project Greenlight started.
Yeah.
They're making a broad comedy. And the Farrellys...
Comedy about broad?
The Farrellys are the supervisors or, like, whatever they are, mentors or however it works for the person that they've chosen for this show.
But that's going to be funny.
Yeah. And they also picked the guy who seemed least comedy centric. It's one of that show's one of those things where it's like, are they trying to actually make a good movie, or are they just trying to make an interesting TV show? And I'm not sure which, but
the promo made it look super reality showy, just like, oh, there's conflict.
Well, I don't know how this season will be, but like the original ones were actually like the conflict was like, oh shit. We're on location and we can't shoot anything. What the fuck do we do? It was not like they decided to go to the mall, but they were out of credit cards. It wasn't like, typical reality show bullshit where it's like, let's make something happen.
Okay.
It's not like that. It's like, just making a movie's hard enough. And when somebody who's not used to making a Hollywood movie has to make a Hollywood movie, you don't need any reality show bullshit. That stuff's just going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
and people are going to argue about what needs to be in, what doesn't, all that stuff. So,
What is the Project Greenlight success story? Is it Hatchet?
there,
Is that what came out of it?
Feast.
Feast. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, Feast was the season 3 one.
Okay.
Which, like, watching that season, you never would have guessed that anything good would have come out, because that director was like, I don't know how to relate to human beings, but I'm making a movie. You know, like, but sometimes that works. Sometimes Stanley Kubrick shows up, and
that thing is so weird to me. I don't know what black hole I was in during that time period, but I've never seen a single second of Project Greenlight.
Yeah, me either.
Like, I would totally be into it. I don't know what was going on in my life that I was never aware of it. Like,
I think I watched it just because it came on after Sopranos.
Oh.
I believe, like, way back whenever that was.
See, I was watching Sopranos on DVD, so that's probably why I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I got HBO like towards the end because it was like I can't wait for like new season to come out on DVD.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Fairleys are the
Well, that's gonna be a laugh riot then, just like
Yeah.
their last 12 movies.
Yeah, because it was, God, what's the name of the script they pick is like Not Another Something Movie.
Not Another Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Gross.
yeah, that is I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't the Fairleys get Matt Damon to be in one of their movies?
Stuck on You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That was a shit show too.
Yeah, it was. I'm just like I'm just realizing this weird, crazy,
Yep.
disgusting incestual circle that they have.
Yep.
There. Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
God, that movie. God.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's not bad, Lego Movie. It's on HBO. Like, you can see it on HBO Go. That movie is still pretty darn good.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
we watched it this weekend.
You still like it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
It's still very funny, and I didn't even realize half of the celebrity voices that are in that movie that you realize later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, do a line or two. Like they were in the studio for literally 45
Yeah,
seconds.
like Abraham Lincoln is Will Forte.
Yes.
And it's like, you had like literally one line in this movie.
Right. Where were you that they just grabbed you and threw you into a studio?
I'm
Hey, come in.
pretty sure they can call these things in now sometimes.
I know, but it's just so weird to get a guy and just be like, "Oh, we need you to say this." All right, thanks. See ya.
Yeah. But no, that movie, I like that movie just as much on the second watch.
Yeah.
There's a love of filmmaking in that movie that I really appreciate, that they're willing to reference so many things in so many fun ways that, yeah. Still great. So you want emails?
Sure.
Do I?
Do I? Yeah, you should.
I do.
Okay. Let's see. We had one of them was a comment on a very old episode. The one for Voyage of the Rock Aliens.
Oh, okay.
Vinny commented on this and said,
Hey.
well, it's been almost 2 years since this podcast, but I just discovered it and I felt compelled to explain the film's odd wrap-up. ABCD realizes that he and Dee Dee were never meant to be together, and, being the good-hearted alien that he is, he decides to do right by her and the entire town by using his alien technology to clean up Spielberg. He transforms the rebellious pack into Boy Scouts, removes the pollutants from the environment and the toxic waste from Lake Erie so the flowers can bloom again as the rain begins to fall. Admittedly, it's not particularly clear what the hell's going on, though the UK version of the ending omits the vocal performance of the finale song in favor of a slightly more concise montage. So,
I guess we said the ending was nonsensical.
I
don't
guess,
remember.
yeah, I don't- couldn't-
I
was
remember
not
bits
present-
and pieces that
I remember Pia Zadora.
Yep.
yeah,
It was adorable.
I was not present for that one, so
Yeah.
none of that made any sense to me.
You should totally watch it. It's like Space Invaders.
Well, I could listen to the record that's on the wall over there of When the Rain Begins to Fall,
Uh-huh.
the B-side of Come to Me One Way or Another.
Yeah. Yeah.
All those wonderful things.
Thanks, Vinny.
We got a voicemail from Tim.
Did we?
What?
Yeah, you guys want to hear it?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and play it.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Tim. I'm calling from upstate New York. I kind of feel like maybe you, in listening to the past episodes, maybe you talked about M. Night Shyamalan before, but if you feel that this question is, derivative, go ahead and delete this email. This message or whatever. But I did have a question about him. do you think 20, 30, 40 years from now, people will be having a discussion of the films of Chalamet the way they have discussions of somebody today like Scorsese, Cassavetes, Kurosawa? You can have a book about their films, a thesis. You can have a serious discussion. Do you think 20, 30 years from now, we could be doing that with a filmography of M. Night? Or has his movies just been too awful, too many bad movies for him to have that discussion? But since he's taken his art seriously and he's made so many movies, do you think he would warrant that years from now? And when I say a discussion, I don't mean a discussion of his films like you would Ed Wood or Fred Olen Ray. You know what I mean. Discuss.
Thank you for the command to discuss.
Tell me what to do, Tim.
Yeah.
I hear you whispering. Planning on stealing something?
No, ma'am, we're not.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No.
There's your answer right there. Will people be talking about this? What? No.
Well, thank you for the voicemail, first of all, Tim.
Yes.
Yes, thanks, Tim.
There are others. We'll play them other weeks. Yeah, but
So I don't think anybody's going to in 20 or 30 years have decided that M. Night Shyamalan is a film master, but I think there is a place for a discussion of his films, possibly, but not in the oh man, look at how good he is. Wow. It'll be like, hey guys, remember M. Night Shyamalan? Am I right?
well, yeah,
Shyamalama ding dong,
You end up talking about those sorts of people when they become influential, and even though Sixth Sense, a lot of people really like that movie, I don't think it was all that influential on filmmaking, for the next 10 years or whatever. Because the only person that was kind of making those types of movies was him. And he wasn't doing a particularly good job of it. And, it got worse and worse as time went on, clearly.
Well, his trademark was the twist. And he just kept shoehorning in those twists. Mm-hmm. And it got to the point real quick that everyone was like, yeah, that's dumb. We're not going to copy that.
I mean, the only way people are going to mention him in the same breath as Scorsese is like, wow, remember when he just insisted on using De Niro even when it wasn't right? Or remember when he started using DiCaprio even when it wasn't right?
Right.
That might be remember when he kept shoehorning in twists when it wasn't right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say that I think if we'd answered this question before this last movie came out, The Visit, I would have said no. He blew it. He made too much garbage in a row, and it's it ruined what he had, a run of 3 movies that I think people could lump together and discuss with some scholarly attention. But after that, it just became a cesspool of garbage. But The Visit has been getting this weird kind of some people are like, this is a return to form, and other people are saying this continues the garbage that he makes. Yeah. But it's that crowd that is saying this is really great that makes me think that maybe he could turn it around a little bit, and maybe if he winds up his career with 2 or 3 more movies in there somewhere that are okay, you might be able to come around and look at that. Because, well,
I'm sorry, at best he's going to get a Francis Ford Coppola.
Sure.
Where it's he had, there was 3 really good movies, and then, fuck.
And then
the
he
way
made
I see
Jack.
He's kind of like Michael Cimino, where it was the first few movies he made were wow, these are this guy's going to do something, and then got derailed, and it was just done from there. Nobody cared anymore.
Yeah,
and
Terrence Malick.
but people will go back. No,
no.
Terrence Malick hasn't. No. Terrence Malick took his own fucking vacation. Yeah, but what I mean about Michael Cimino is if you go back and you watch Deer Hunter, you're like, holy shit, I need to watch the other stuff this guy's made. And then you might go, all right, well, let me watch Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. And you'll be like, man, that's pretty good too.
Yeah.
But then, you're going to be like Heaven's Gate. And it's going to be like, wow, that's a year-long movie. This movie never ends.
Right.
And, and the other stuff, you're just going to be like, whatever. It's one of those things where it's they might have kept making movies, but nobody cares about those. Mm-hmm. And nobody's, you're probably never going to be able to find them.
Yeah.
Lady in the Water. You're probably not going to be able to find that in 30 years.
I would hope not.
Yeah, just because
I kind of hope you can't find it right now.
Yeah, whatever replaces Netflix, whatever replaces all these other things, it's that shit's just going to fall off the map.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, because he just, even though he made something that was unique and somehow he keeps getting in the discussion of movies. He didn't influence other people. It's not like Tarantino, where like people like, you talk to people that make movies and they're like, yeah, like we watch Pulp Fiction and suddenly realize rules don't matter.
Right.
There's not that discussion. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, there was like maybe 2 years where people shoehorned in a couple movies with a twist.
Yeah.
Like, because of like, oh, we got to get that 6 Sense money.
Yeah.
But like, it was never. I mean, we had a good 5 to 10 years of Pulp Fiction clones.
Oh yeah.
I mean, easily.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, the late '90s, any crime movie is basically like, we were trying to do Pulp Fiction.
But I mean, like, even the twist thing never even really caught on. I mean, there was like that movie I keep forgetting that I know I don't like it, but John Cusack Rain movie,
Identity. That's a good movie.
No, it's a stupid fucking twist.
But even then,
it's
if you
fine.
ask people about making a twist movie, they're probably going to point to Usual Suspects before they point to Six Sense.
I mean, the twist is not a new thing. It's
Yeah.
just
No.
it became like
It became his thing because he kept doing it, especially in circumstances where it wasn't warranted.
Exactly.
Like Signs. Signs is an all right movie, but he shoehorns in that like and you're like, no, that's not necessary. This thing that's said that comes up later is not necessary. It's terrible. It doesn't make any sense. But I don't know.
He
also-
feel like we already talked about him too much.
I know, but like he while he's worked, he hasn't worked with enough frequency to really say like, okay, yeah, he's got like this body of work. It's not like, and I hate, please, I'm not comparing the two, but I hate to say like you look at Hitchcock, who was making a movie every year for 60 straight years. There's some garbage in there. Hitchcock made some movies that just didn't work, just flat out didn't work. But because he made so many and so many of them hit, you're like, yeah, Hitchcock is, right on. I mean,
But I'm saying even his ones that were like bad were like not Shyamalan bad.
No,
They're
Shyamalan
just
bad
less
makes
than.
you angry.
Yeah.
Like Spielberg, we've had this conversation before. Spielberg has dropped. Like Spielberg no longer gives a fuck. He's not hungry anymore. He's just making Oscar bait. He's making the horse movie and he's making whatever the hell.
The other horse movie.
Yeah.
This summer, from the mind of Steven Spielberg.
I mean Lincoln. You're like, what? Who cares?
Horse movie.
But you're just not getting the Spielberg that you used to get. It's like there was an eventual point where Spielberg stopped being that guy that everyone was like, oh my God, Spielberg. And now he's just kind of coasting along on that.
Well, it's I had this conversation with a friend a few weeks ago where it's like, I think we were talking about like Noah Baumbach, who makes like fucking 2-3 movies a year.
Yeah.
Like he's just cranking out movies. And there's a point where it's like, are you telling a story that you feel needs to be told? Or are you just
working
and putting out a movie because you feel like making a
fucking
movie?
jobber. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
Yeah, and really, if you're going to make a movie, you should feel like that's a story that needs to be told, and you're the one who needs to tell it.
Well, it's 'cause
that's the people that care. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, it's the people that make. It's my old thing of people that make movies versus people that try to make films. I mean, there's a need for movies. Movies make money.
Yeah.
Even shit movies. That's why sci-fi has made 7,000 movies.
Yeah.
Because those shit little things with B-list actor from the 80s or 90s will make money stupidly
Right.
because people will watch anything. We're proof of that.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, that's the thing. So like, I mean, they're never going to stop making the movies that are people go see. Oh, I wonder how she's going to change him this time and make him fall in love at the end. Oh, wow. Amazing. that was so good. Just like the 700 times I saw it before.
Yeah.
But, we look for the film, we hope. I mean, those are the things. That's the things that are going to get discussed.
And I guess the thing is, when somebody's made something like that, where it's like, oh wow, that's really like they've really made a statement with this. You kind of start to go, well, would do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted Soderbergh to calm down for the longest time, because he was making like every 8 months a new Soderbergh movie was coming out. I'm
He
like,
still
dude,
doesn't stop that.
just nurture your story a little bit. I want to see something that you give a shit about.
Yeah.
Not just like you got some porn star who wants to go legit and you made a whole movie about her. Who cares? I know you don't care. You probably just want to have sex with her. You just, I mean, you see those things and you're like, come on. I know you got to fill the gaps with nothing else to do, but go on a speaking tour or something, dude. You don't have to make a movie every 8 months.
I don't know. This has gone like way off the Shyamalan rails. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with anything. I mean, a jobber, if someone's like making movies, I mean, Soderbergh's like making He's trying. He's fucking throwing painting
I,
at the wall,
I
seeing
think
what
he's
sticks.
someone that's so talented he can't help but
Right, keep making things.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. To his point, to Mackey's point of like, just
Sure.
nurture your story. It just you can't really do that.
But that Shyamalan's doing the same fucking basic stupid shit over and over again. It's a nonsensical story that ends in a twist, and you go, huh? And that's been. I mean, I'm sorry. Like Sixth Sense is fine. It's a fine movie. I give it a lot of credit for certain things. But Sixth Sense is a basic fucking movie that had a twist, and we hadn't seen anything like that in a while. And people went a little too overblown about it. It's not that fucking great. It's not a rewatchable movie infinite number of times.
I will strongly disagree.
Usual
with that.
Suspects is a movie you can watch 1,000 times, and it does not rely on the twist. Sixth Sense holds
I
nothing.
think,
Like after you go back and you go, oh, I should have fucking caught that the whole time. And then when you watch the ending, it's like, okay, well, 2 times through, I'm good with Sixth Sense for my life.
Well, Sixth Sense, so much of it is the atmosphere that's created in that movie, and the problem is he's tried to apply that atmosphere to every movie he's done since,
Yeah.
even when it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If that's his shining work, I kind of piss on that movie. So everything else is like not even worth even a mention.
I
You
think
know.
Unbreakable is right up there.
Okay.
I think Unbreakable is. Just
I
as
do need to
strong.
watch that again. It seems like that keeps coming back. It seems like that keeps coming back up. But like I mean, I remember my opinion being like, well, that was different and not what I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't feel like the twist made or break it. Whatever. I just need to watch the stupid movie again. I know some people weigh in the. Oh, I watched it again. It actually sucks. Or watch it. It's still amazing.
Unbreakable just needs a third act that it doesn't have. It's not a text crawl on the screen.
The thing about
TV movie
Unbreakable,
style.
is that the twist is like the mid-credits scene. Like the movie ends and you're like, wait, what? And then there's like, here's a twist. And you're like, oh. And then it's over. And you're like, well, wait, to follow up on this. You got to do the third thing.
I don't know.
That's the thing about Unbreakable that's weird. It's like the twist comes after the credits have already started rolling.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why Shyamalan makes me so angry. I don't know why I'm remotely invested in that guy. Maybe because I kept thinking like something. I think it's because he kept getting people and ideas that I thought were interesting, and then would just, in my opinion, just royally fuck them up.
He has seemed to have gotten a longer rope than a lot of people have gotten. And that's weird because
Because like you think someone like Ratner would piss me off more because he's been given like nearly unlimited resources to make shit movies every 2 years.
but those shit movies make money.
right, that's what I mean.
The thing about Shyamalan is like he keeps making junk that makes no money.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is this continuing to happen? And it not only do they not make any money, they make people angry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the Airbender movie has pissed off so many people. After Earth,
apparently
people are
After
just like,
Earth,
blah, you know, and
Well, everyone's like, Scientology.
yeah,
Hooray.
yeah, you know, like Lady in the Water. It's just like you're at your worst. This is just the most deplorable shit.
Well, yeah. Well,
I
I
think
mean,
The Happening was worse than Lady in the Water.
I don't know. The Happening is so bad it's watchable.
Well,
I mean,
all right,
it's,
so
it's-
the Happening, but The Happening completely hung on its twist, and you knew what it was within the first 30 seconds of the movie.
sure.
At least I had no fucking idea where Lady in the Water was going. I'll give it that.
Yeah, but like The Happening is like,
I mean, The Happening was telegraphed for the first 30 seconds. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
can this just be over now?
yeah, but you're watching The Happening like, is he serious? Is he really doing this? Is this what your movie's about? I'll keep watching to see if that's true.
If-
It
well,
is, huh?
I think The Happening is saved by Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel. Because they are so bad, it's almost like, was this intentionally bad? Like you start to question
Yeah.
what, like, if they were going for that, or if they were, you know, Tommy Wiseauing it, where they thought they were like, oh no, we're buying into this, or if they knew and turned on it and were just being as shitty as they were.
I know Wahlberg
just because.
has said that's what Shyamalan told them to do. Like, it was not his choice. He was directed to act that way. And it went against every fiber of his being. Like, he had to train himself to act badly. Kind of like when he had to sing badly in Boogie Nights, you know, where it's just going against all your training.
I'm not sure I'm buying that, but all right.
That's what he said.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think he had to
And then he
reach.
said,
What I'm
"Say
saying
hello
is,
to
I don't
your
think he had to
mother
reach real deep to act badly.
I don't know. Wahlberg's all right.
I think we found a transformer.
Well, that movie's garbage.
Man,
And
and a host of other ones after that he's also made. Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Two Guns is awesome.
I love that.
So it's Boogie Nights, but you know,
All right,
it's the
let's-
Nicolas Cage principle. I love Raising Arizona. That doesn't mean I give Nicolas Cage a lifetime pass.
Nope.
He
All right, let's move on.
gets a lifetime pass.
Next one up's from Brandon, who the title of this email is Shockma Awards.
Shockma.
He said, "Hey BMF gents, including anyone who may or may not be at the farm. Brandon here again, and I was thinking maybe you should implement a Shockma / Gary Busey type award for future reviews when a character goes into that realm of full-on Shockma, aka Busey in primal form. A rare situation of a door-fucking performance worthy of the man who showed up to Celebrity Rehab with a suitcase full of highlighters and loose change. Also, I might have missed it, but you guys should put up a Hall of Fame / shame for anything that is 5 jocks / douches, or maybe even averages 4 to 4 to 5 across the board. Sorry for no movie suggestions, but you're in a swamp of already awesome this year called the 1990s right now, working your way out, and you need no help from me, so just throwing some random whimsy out there. Crash and burn, with all due respect, waiting outside your elevator while it slowly opens. Or am I? Shockma! P.S. Floor 6 is overrated.
Yeah, fuck floor 6.
Yeah, I mean, we have the Ensign Award, but we kind of do need an award for somebody who goes for it.
Mm-hmm. Like just the full, just total maniacal door fucking.
Yeah, well,
It's like, open this door. I won't fuck this door.
Yeah, for Busey.
Yeah.
I mean, really, man. Yeah, I don't know if it would be a Shockma or a Busey.
It would probably depend on the
Busma.
performer.
Shocky.
A
Do we
shocky.
just limit it to animal performance versus human
Yeah,
performance?
I think if it's an
Yeah, I
animal, we
think
give it a
so.
shockma.
Yeah. Sounds wrong.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The dog in Space Invaders, not
It
quite
was
shockma.
good, but it didn't.
He
It
was
didn't go
enthusiastic,
Shockma.
but yeah, he was.
Yeah, but
Was his
I
name
think this is
Jimmy?
more for just a
Jim.
freak out.
Jim?
Jim.
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 So we give it a maybe
The
give
Jim.
an exceptional animal actor, the Jim.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
to call it the Jimmy because it sounds more like
Yeah, well,
Dog Sker goes
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Jim.
It should be named after the dog in the Thing, because the dog in the
Oh, yeah.
Thing is like,
Best actor.
yeah, like the fucking Daniel Day-Lewis of dog actors.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
doesn't matter what he's in, he's going to be awesome.
Daniel Dog Lewis.
Yeah, there you go. There it is.
My 2 left feet.
That.
Yep.
I like it. I say we from now on we declare a Shockma if we have a freak out in a good way.
I
of
like
a guy
it.
going. For
We declare a shockma.
Yeah. Well, we can't. Like we haven't given many.
Shockma, everyone.
We have like the Ensign Award exists, but we haven't given it out very
Shockma.
often.
That's true.
Shock.
There will be bones. What?
There you go.
Keep going.
All right. So we got one last voicemail from Kyle.
The name of the dog father.
Hey guys, it's Kyle from Boise. I felt like I needed to call in and kind of justify my suggestion of Ghost of Mars, which has gotten a lot of hate lately. Is Ghost of Mars a good movie? Well, no. But it's kind of awesome. And the last time I checked, this is the Bad Movie Fiends podcast, where a bad movie can find a home. I just wanted to call and say there's some bad things about it that I love. Best example is the movie is kind of told in a flashback. The movie starts with Natasha Henstridge being interviewed about what happened on Mars. She then tells the story in a flashback. As she goes through her story, she meets other characters and asks them what happened. And then they flash back. So there's points in the movie where you're 2 or 3 flashbacks in. That is amazing. Amazing in how bad it is. And that's why I like it. Ice Cube is being his Ice Cubist as Desolation Williams, the most dangerous man on Mars, who's kind of pudgy. Jason Statham is there, and he's trying to breed with Natasha Henstridge. Hell, Pam Grier's there, and she wants to breed with Natasha Henstridge. So overall, it's a bad movie. Perfect for the bad movie fiend. But I do think Harlow's right. I think maybe you guys should watch it on your own, comment on it, see how you liked it. Is it a 5 jocks movie? No. But it's a pretty good time. So, everybody had to put it on blast. But I still like it. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, thanks for your time. Crash and burn. Pimps don't commit suicide unless they're in Ghost of Mars. And Kyle out. Sent from my lousy mouth, I guess.
Nice job, Kyle.
Lousy mouth.
A lousy
It's
mouth.
a mouthful of louse.
Yeah.
Is that like a mouth that's full of lice or
Yeah.
lousy mouth?
Lousy mouth is
Lousy.
my Tom Waits cover band.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's okay. I want to encourage the listeners to continue this Ghost of Mars fight until we get to a point where we can watch it. Every week, I want a new, fresh take on Ghosts of Mars.
Hot take.
Yes. I want factions to be formed.
I say we never watch it. And people keep writing and going like, no, man, you guys should do Ghosts. Like, Kyle's onto something, and then there's another guy like, that Kyle doesn't know what he's talking about.
That Kyle's a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Jeez,
How dare
liar.
you? How dare you, Kyle?
Stupid, lousy mouth. Fucking Kyle.
Yeah. Kyle and his lousy mouth don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Don't listen to old loudmouth.
Oh, Kyle. We love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not watching it this year, so I don't know.
Yeah, we got to get out of 1990, man. We got to escape.
Yeah, so whatever Lord of the Flies thing you guys want to come up with to fight for your movie.
Have we figured out how many weeks we have left
Nah.
in the year?
Nah.
Too many?
You did point out that Coptober has 5 weeks, so
Yeah, Coptober 5 Fridays.
luckily there's 10.
Even if you did Saturdays, you still got 5 Saturdays.
5.
10 1990 movies with cop in the title.
No, we just have to pick the
$5
five.
Yeah,
five we
but
want to watch.
Yeah.
The one I most wanted to see, you could not find anywhere, correct?
Right? I think
Like-
that's a fake IMDb entry.
Yeah.
Rabid Cop.
Yeah, so Rabid Cop does not exist anywhere. I wanted to see Rabid Cop so
It
bad.
has the best description, but there's no way that movie exists. I think someone just made it up and stuck it in IMDb.
Yeah, like one of our fans was just trying to
It's like, hey guys, come on,
sweeten
Rabid
the
Cop.
1990 pot for Coptober.
Yeah, there is no source for this movie anywhere. But man, the plot description of it is so good. Harlow, go ahead and read the plot description for Rabid
Oh,
Cop.
sure. Twin roughnecks from the Blue Hills of Kentucky run amok in the big city. After one is bitten by a cat and goes on a violent rampage, the other arrives on the scene and tries to save his brother, as well as the unsuspecting population, from the dire effect of rabies. Rabies!
Oh, I want to see Rabid Cop so bad. Okay, sicking the fans on this one. I
have checked.
somehow.
I have checked eBay. I have checked YouTube. I have checked some of the dark net.
Did you order a contract killing while you were there? Maybe some Molly?
I cannot confirm or deny anything I did on the dark net. I can just confirm that Rabid Cop is not available on the dark net. So yeah, I don't know, fans. If you want us to do Rabid Cop,
I swear to God, if you, I don't even know what I'd do, but if you can find us a copy of Rabid Cop,
I have a feeling that's probably some shot on video. Friends were doing a thing over a weekend thing,
I know.
and they were like, "Hey, let's put this in IMDb."
Well,
and,
it says low budget film, independent film. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, like no one in it.
so it
has
would
ever-
have to be like a random VHS that just shows up.
It would. Yeah.
It would be like The Ring. It would just show up in
Yes.
an unmarked VHS.
The cast includes 4 people.
I know.
one of whom is playing both the twins.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
And did the music.
Yeah. So this just
And-
tells me it's some like we're dudes making a thing and
Apparently, there's one
Listen.
other person involved. Somebody else directed it that was not in the movie.
not
so-
involved in it.
Yeah. I
Wow.
mean, like not starring in it.
We'll click that person's name, see if they did
Okay.
anything else. I bet you they didn't. Yeah, no. So
Yep, that's a friend's. He was my writer, director, and cinematographer. so
maybe
it's-
we got to go as far as to look these people up on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey guys,
Hey,
do you have a copy of Rabid Cop? We'd
Yeah.
love to promote it for
I mean,
you.
is it
found hell-
longer than 20 minutes?
yeah. We found Hell Spa. All right, we
Yeah.
found a copy of Hell Spa.
Yeah, that was. I didn't see that
Somehow.
coming. Yeah.
Rabid Cop must exist out there somewhere.
Tell you, we're gonna be so sad when it's like a 6-minute short or something.
I know.
Doesn't
Yeah.
say anything.
How many people rated it to get that rating?
5.
5. Okay, 5.
5.
So the
users.
5 people
The
involved.
5 people
in making
involved.
it-
Man, they were just sitting around like on Christmas break one day. Dude, let's put our movie in IMDb.
Remember when we made that movie about the cop getting bit by a cat and getting rabies?
I've got movies from high school I can put in IMDb and really freak people out. What is this movie? It sounds great. Yeah, I'll look these people up on Facebook.
Of course you will.
I can't imagine that conversation.
Well, it's good that we have 9 other cop movies.
Oh yeah, we're fine.
Okay.
We're fine. Don't worry. One of them is Kindergarten Cop. So it depends on how far
No.
how far out of our
Why?
depths we want to go. So
I don't want to watch Kindergarten.
okay,
For this.
now we've got 8.
And then there were 8.
We're just whittling them down easy, aren't
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's close to a good movie.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just
It's in
thinking.
the realm.
I was just thinking with the Dolph sequel coming out,
Maybe.
Kindergarten Sergeant.
it'd be a good primer, so we can understand all the
Oh yeah, all the hot takes and
yes, all the plot developments in
Right.
part 2. So
Do we have anything else, or should we wrap this up?
we? Let's let BJ give us some contact information.
Okay.
We got more, but we'll save it for later.
well, contact information is pretty easy, and I know a number of you have already figured it out. But here it is anyway. BMF at BMFcast.com. Go to BMFcast.com. Look at the right-hand side. There's a bunch of buttons over there. They will contain the secrets to the universe, or just the ways to get in touch with us.
Yes.
Also, give us a call on the Garfield phone 9105-JOCKS-BMF 910-556-9263. That's it.
Thanks, dude.
That's probably the best I've ever done that.
it was pretty good.
It's probably because I'm about to have a stroke.
One take BJ's final show.
Yeah.
Also, don't have a stroke.
I don't want to.
Okay, good. Then it's settled.
It would get me out of work for a couple days.
Yeah, I guess it would, but
Yeah.
I
think I'm going to have a stroke. And
nah. Just maybe have tonsillitis.
Have it on the job.
Yeah,
Don't do it at home.
yeah. They won't believe
I
you.
can have it on
Has
the
to
way to
happen.
work.
No,
No.
You
have to be there if you want the workers' comp.
Do it at your desk.
I won't get workers' comp for a stroke, will I?
I don't know. It's worth a shot.
We're gonna have to cut.
Maybe
all
if I
this
have a
you
stroke
an
and I
actual
fall
stroke.
down the stairs, I'll make sure to take the stairs tomorrow morning
Well,
when I have my stroke.
Okay. That's yeah,
So
It's a solid
make
plan.
sure that you that when I die from falling down the stairs and having a stroke tomorrow, that you preserve this moment for all of its hilarity.
yeah. Oh, this is gonna be the best.
it'll be on YouTube forever. So
There you go.
We'll make an animated GIF and everything.
yeah.
Great. Let's get out of here in the meantime, shall we?
All right.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm almost dead,
I'm Chuck.
and this is BMFcast out.
I have zero way to cut that now. Thanks for that.
Nah, just,
You can use his "I'm VJ" from the beginning. That's what I do when he fucks around at the end like that. I do.
you should listen.
Well, I'm
to
just saying, like,
yourself
now
once
I
in a while.
can't cut any of that weird discussion about
You can
dying.
now. Just use the "I'm VJ" for
no,
the
yeah,
opening.
It's too hard. Let's just sign out again, please. Let's make it easy.
All right.
Let's get out of here, shall we? I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ,
I'm Chuck.
and this is BMFcast out, motherfuckers.
He does that every time anyway.
There's usually a little bit of a pause.
Nope.
That's all right.
Nope.
That's what you get.
Here's a mic. I'm dropping it.
Oh, yeah, you can pop the chat out now. You don't have to have the YouTube page open again now.
That's crazy.
Look
We're back to that.
An actual redevelopment.
Yeah.
That YouTube has done something good. Finally got out of Google's oppressive thumb.
Oh, I hear
I don't-
the rain.
When the rain begins to fall.
Good job. Me and you right there.
I got the message from Xbox Live.
From Darksea?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you got your message from Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm going to end the live stream now.
welcome to the future.
Thanks.
Man, machine, the future.
Thanks.
All right. Good
Bye,
night,
live stream.
everyone.
Bye,
Goodbye.
live stream. Thanks
See ya.
for stopping by.
Stay classy.